From the Auburn Sports Network and Playfly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
There were upsets galore on the first day of the NCAA baseball regionals. 4 host teams lost on the opening day. Southern Miss, Ole Miss, Oregon, and Oregon State. As a matter of fact, Oregon has already been eliminated. Number 2 seeds, Florida, UC Irvine, Alabama, TCU, Kansas, Wake Forest, and North Carolina State also fell. Alabama is already out of the tournament. Earlier today, North Carolina State stayed alive by beating Central Connecticut State 12-0. Tonight's winners bracket game matches your Auburn Tigers and the Hatters of Stetson. Good evening at War Eagle from Sanford Stadium, Hitchcock Field at Plainsman Park. With Brad Law, I'm Andy Burcham. Tied at 4 last night, Auburn scored 5 unanswered runs and beat Central Connecticut State 9-5. Lucas Steele's home run in the third gave the Tigers the lead for good. Bub Terrell was 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. Carson Myers was sensational, going 6 innings, allowing a single run and striking out 9 to notch the victory. Stetson ambushed North Carolina State. The Hatters scored 7 times in the first. Leadoff man Isaiah Barquette was 3 for 4 with 4 runs batted in. Jonathan Gonzalez worked the first 6 innings for his 10th win of the season. In the winner's bracket game, Auburn goes with senior right-hander Samuel Dutton. The second team All-SEC selection was 6-3 with a 3.58 earned run average in the regular season. Stetson counters with James Hayes. The sophomore righty is 4-0 with an ERA of 4.47. Today's winner moves into the championship round tomorrow night at 6. The loser gets North Carolina State in an elimination game tomorrow at 2. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all. Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with our exclusive pregame conversation with head coach Butch Thompson.
A record crowd and a Game 1 win for the Tigers last night over Central Connecticut State. About to do it again here tonight.
Yeah, we're excited for Game 2. Just back to Game 1. It was a grind, but it was fun. It was good to watch our guys respond. Got off script a little bit, but kept fighting. Carson Myers was a difference in the ball game. And I'm not sure he was settled. I'm not sure all of our guys were settled. It was just a different, exciting atmosphere for us last night. But Carson, once he did get settled, gave us 6 amazing innings, 9 strikeouts. We scored 4 in the first. We were ready to go. That gritty team absolutely tied us back up. And as you and I were talking, Lucas Steele's that big home run there to make it 5-4, just allowed everybody to take a breath there in the third, tacked on a few more runs, got a lead. Carson settled, and we're able to get out of there with that game 1 win. It was one game that we've played the last 2 weeks. It was good to get that first one out of the way, and challenging as it was, we get an opportunity here to go against a great Stetson club tonight.
A record crowd of over 7,300 for that one last night. And I know what it was like. Watch it from the booth. Give me your perspective down in the dugout, what it was like to coach and for these guys to play in front of that home crowd last night.
Yeah, and we've said it over and over, just amazing how our people are enjoying. I mean, this is fun, just like basketball, football, all of our sports to go to these venues. But baseball's an atmosphere now, and it seems like everybody's coming. I'm seeing a lot of former players. I'm seeing people that maybe hadn't seen in the ballpark before, and it's pretty exciting to see. But, we're at a business-oriented time of the season where we have to keep this thing between the lines and execute like crazy. And we feel it, and we need that factor and that difference made. That's we got to take full advantage of our advantage in this tournament, being here for this amazing crowd and stay focused on the game. But I think we know just how much these fans mean to our success tonight.
Not the first time that Carson Myers has come into a ball game in a big situation like that and given you an extended outing in a pressure situation. Man, that may have been the biggest moment for Carson in an Auburn uniform last night.
Yeah, and when I said we dropped him in the ball game, he wasn't quite settled. I thought it took him a collection of a dozen pitches or so to get settled and into the ball game, but he's earned that trust because he's, like, to your point, he's done this several times for us and been able to give us some lengthy outings. And what he did last night, he's kind of earned that rope to get settled in the ball game. And once he did, I thought he got settled. I thought the ball started moving more. I thought he started getting down and away or a little more into hitters, and just absolutely shined.
You knew by the time that game started last night that a win means that you get Stetson here tonight, and the Hatters jump all over North Carolina State, score 7 runs in the first. Really never were headed out at all in that ball game yesterday.
Well, they just played the cleanest 9 innings so far. They're over 120 stolen bases. They put a lot of pressure. They executed bunts, hits. They had their conference pitcher of the year going for them yesterday and just played a complete solid game in all phases. So I think they bring a lot of confidence into the ball game tonight. I'm crazy confident about our guys. But, this is going to be a huge test tonight. This is going to be, it's going to be a grind. Every team that you've played this time of year has had success to get here. And these guys seem to be riding high off a good game. And, but we'll see a different quarterback for them. We'll see Hayes, a right-handed pitcher tonight that has unique splits. So they'll run that same team out, I'm sure, with 7 righties, a couple lefties, maybe 6 and 3. But if it's similar to yesterday, that's what it'll look like. They'll try to pressure you. And they played a pretty quick up-tempo game yesterday. But, Hayes, this right-hander could be in the low 90s. But the biggest thing that jumped off the page for me, and the guys giving me research, was lefties are hitting 173 against this guy. Right-handers are hitting 200 points higher at 337. So that'll be a test, with a lot of fastballs into left-handed hitters. So we'll see how, the combination of Irish and McMurray and later in the lineup, maybe Freilich and Terrell, how they'll handle Hayes.
One thing about the Stetson Ball Club, playing in front of 7,300 fans here tonight, does not affect this ball. This ball club has been there year in and year out.
Yeah, it's Florida. It's a lot of good players. I know their third baseman was an NC State transfer. These guys are playing in Gainesville. They're playing in Tallahassee. They're afforded the opportunity geographically to play the type teams like us every time. So several times a year outside of their conference. So this, again, another conference champion that is used to play in some big schools in the midweek. And so I think this will all come down to good, solid baseball.
Talk about the work that Sam Dutton has done for you since the SEC tournament.
Yeah, hopefully he's just gotten fresh and his feet underneath him. Another good outing against our guys. Maybe reset what we call a simple plan of maybe getting back to, that breaking ball was such a calling card, and either the lack of command of it or just going away from it versus left-handed hitters. He used a slider at Tennessee, and it was so well a good outing that I think he went away from it a little bit. So can we get that curveball set again? Can his moxie he started a regional last year at his former school. So can we draw on that experience, and can the team feel confident behind him? He's got his feet underneath him. We think there's been enough time for that to happen. And if so, we're hoping Samuel can get us off to a good start, and hopefully you can get there and get to a point of the ball game to get Hetzler in there, who helps us bridge that gap. Plan A would be Samuel about 6 and Hetzler about 3. And plan B, C, or D that we may have to go to, and we'll do whatever it takes to try to find success. But that's what we're thinking about tonight. And the last point to Stetson, they got one of those guys over there with a 1 ERA and a good closer. But I don't think it's dissimilar to what we've seen, throughout the year playing. But they definitely have a guy that's had success and chalked up a lot of finishes for them for us to be mindful of.
Wish all the best tonight. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn Baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like cookouts, cornhole with friends, ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad, the one with the feta, or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Back at Plainsman Park, we'll start with Stetson. The Hatters are the home team in this matchup tonight. That's the way the regionals work it. And so Steve Trimper's Hatters, 41-20 on the season. They're the home team. We'll start with their lineup. Isaiah Barquette is the third baseman and the leadoff hitter. Juan De La Cruz bats and plays second. Hitting third, the shortstop, Lorenzo Miola. Landon Moran is the first baseman and the cleanup hitter. Foster Apple plays left field and bats fifth. Hitting sixth in right field, it's Jordan Taylor. Evan Griffiths is the designated hitter. He'll bat seventh. Landon Russell starts in center field and bats eighth. And the catcher batting ninth is Danny Perez. Again, for Stetson, it is Barquette, De La Cruz, Miola, Moran, Apple, Taylor, Griffiths, Russell, and Perez. Now for Butch Thompson's Tigers, who picked up their 39th win of the year here last night, 39-18. Rarely in their own ballpark, but the visitors on the scoreboard tonight. They'll bat first, and here's the lineup that Coach Thompson, Gabe Gross, and company send out. Second baseman, Chris Rembert at the top of the order. Eric Guevara plays third base, bats second. Ike Irish starts in right field tonight. He'll hit third. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Cooper McMurray. Lucas Steele is the DH. He'll bat fifth. Eric Snow gets the call at short tonight. He will hit sixth. Batting seventh in left field, it's Bub Terrell. Chase Fralick catches and hits eighth. And starting in center field and batting ninth for the Tigers, it's Bristol Carter. Again, for Auburn, Rembert, Guevara, Irish, McMurray, Steele, Snow, Terrell, Fralick, and Carter. It is another gorgeous night at Plainsman Park, and a huge crowd is already here, and they're hoping to watch history. First pitch is coming up. We're now just a few minutes away from the Tigers and Hatters. here on in the winner's bracket of the Auburn Regional. We're back to Plainsman Park to get it underway, and the Tigers come to bat for the first time after this final pregame timeout. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Former Auburn quarterback, former assistant coach, Larry Blakeney. Your name is now part of the field at Troy.
Yes, sir.
You look back, that's a Hall of Fame career for you,
Yes.
Larry.
I appreciate it, man. I don't know how all that happened, but we enjoyed it. I think that's how you get to be whatever. You know, you go about your daily task and you feel good about what you're doing and who you're working for and who you're working with. And, of course, Jack Hawkins, the president, and Johnny Williams, my AD, and others, certainly assistant coaches and players, made a lot of difference in my life.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. And by Cook's Pest Control, keeping your home and business safe from pests and termites since 1928.
4 minutes away from first pitch at Plainsman Park before we set the Stetson defense as the Hatters get set to take the field. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. $7,000 plus waiting for this one to get going at Plainsman Park. The Hatters defensively will look like this. Foster Apple, the left fielder. Landon Russell in center. Jordan Taylor in right field. From first to third, it is Landon Moran, Juan de la Cruz, Lorenzo Miola, and Isaiah Barquette. Danny Perez is the catcher. He did not catch last night's game for Stetson, so he is making his Auburn regional debut. Perez behind the plate, and James Hayes is the pitcher. Hayes, a right-hander out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, 6'2", 220. He started 11 games this year, has only figured into 4 decisions. He's won them all. He's 4-0 with a 4.47 earned run average. 50 1/3 innings in 11 starts, so he's averaging a little under 5 innings per start. 54 hits allowed, 26 runs, 25 of those earned. He has walked 24, struck out 48, and teams are hitting .283 against James Hayes. He signed with Georgia coming out of high school, played a year with the Bulldogs, and then transferred into this Stetson program. He has hit 6 batters, thrown 5 wild pitches. Hayes, the right-hander, out there for Stetson tonight. Hayes is a guy who will throw a fastball in the mid-90s, anywhere from 91 to 94. He'll also feature a slider, a change, and a curve. Lefties are only hitting 173. He's a right-handed pitcher, and yet lefties are hitting significantly below right-handers. Right-handers hitting 337 against Hayes. It'll be Rembert and Guevara, a couple of right-handers to start it for Auburn, followed by Ike Irish and hopefully more. As we get set now to get you started on a beautiful Saturday night in the winner's bracket, we turn it over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Brad, thank you very much. The only two times that these teams have met, the 2000 NCAA Regional at Georgia Tech, happened to be the last 3 games that Hal Baird coached for the Tigers, and Stetson beat Auburn twice that weekend with Larry Jones, the father of Chipper Jones, as the third base coach for the Hatters that weekend in Atlanta. Auburn 39-18. The Tigers went 17-13 in Southeastern Conference play. And getting ready to face the Stetson Hatters. Auburn is the visiting team, and in the road grays with the blue Auburn script across the front, blue names and numbers on the back, orange numbers on the front. Tigers with the blue ball caps, blue bills, the orange AU across the front. Stetson, the home white uniforms with the green numerals and lettering, and the Hatters with the white cap, the green bill, and the green S there. It will be Rembert, Guevara, and Irish for Auburn to face Hayes. First pitch weather forecast brought to you by Blue Moon. Everything becomes brighter. Every sip of their Belgian-style wheat ale crafted with Valencia, orange peel, and coriander. 2025 Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. At game time tonight, 72 degrees. Wind out of the west-southwest at 3 miles an hour. And clear skies overhead. A beautiful evening for baseball as James Hayes winds and fires to Rembert. First pitch, swing, and a foul back here.
A lot of emotions, a lot of electricity here. Rembert went up there looking first pitch fastball, and he got it. Not a bad swing against that fastball, mostly fastball to right-handed hitters.
Chris went 1 for 5 last night with an RBI in the win against Central Connecticut. There's a swing and another foul back here. Fastball, fastball at 93. And Hayes ahead of Chris Rembert, no balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander winds in the 0-2 pitch. Took something off of that one. Rembert held up as it sweeps outside. A ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn second baseman. Rembert started in right field for Auburn last night. Fabian out of the lineup with an injured thumb, so Auburn moves its defense around. And Rembert gets the start at second base, the 1-2. Swing, line drive, left center field. Center fielder on his horse is there and makes the catch. Nice running catch by Landon Russell. Ball was hit well, but held up for Russell in center field.
Love those kind of swings. This Stetson defense, though, plays excellent defense. We watched him yesterday. The shortstop made play after play. First baseman with an, they took 4 or 5 base hits away just with outstanding play defensively.
Auburn has not faced a team that runs as much as this Stetson ball club all season long. We'll talk about it in the bottom of the inning, but this team has stolen a ton of bases. Here's Guevara. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike. Nate White behind the plate. Eric Gaucher at first. David Ewell at second. And Zach Neff, who had the plate last night for the Auburn game, down at third. 0-1 pitch. Guevara tried to hold up on a slider. He could not. No balls and 2 strikes to Eric.
The stolen bases speak to the team's speed. They have fast guys all over the field, and you're going to cover more space defensively with all of that speed. We've seen it.
Guevara behind, no balls and 2 strikes. He got ahead of Rembert, 0-2. Hayes, the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Guevara down on strikes.
He used the slider effectively against Guevara, and you can do that when you've established a fastball 4 strikes. You throw the fastball in the strike zone, it makes that slider tougher to lay off.
One thing we saw as well yesterday in that first game, this Stetson group will make some noise in the dugout and in the stands.
They have a lot of confidence.
Yes, they do.
And they have earned that confidence by winning a regular season conference championship.
Here's Ike Irish, who was 2 for 4 last night. First pitch, drops in for strike 1. Another massive crowd on hand tonight for this winner's bracket game between Auburn and Stetson. 2 outs, nobody on for Auburn. And Irish takes a fastball upstairs. A ball and a strike to Ike. Rembert a line to center. Guevara down on strikes. 1-1 the count to Irish. Hayes, the wind in the pitch. A little bit up. 2 balls and a strike. Carl Nonamaker coaches at third. Andrew Dutton at first for Auburn. 2-1. Swing and a foul back on a fastball at 93. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Rembert saw enough of him. He finally barreled one up and hit it hard, but center fielder made the play. Hayes has had a lot more success with this slider here in the first inning.
Winner moves on to play in the championship round tomorrow at 6. The loser gets North Carolina State tomorrow afternoon at 2. 2-2 pitch. Swing, ground ball on a hop to the second baseman. De La Cruz to first, high but out. And Hayes retires Auburn in order in the first. Stetson comes to the plate in the bottom half of the first. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Football season is coming soon.
Man wide open, Cam Coleman, touchdown Auburn!
The Tigers return Friday, August 29th at Baylor.
Oh, the second he goes down. Oh, he got blindsided by Keldrick. Oh, Reed in trouble. Reed goes down. DeMarcus Riddick.
This is your exclusive home for Auburn football, the Auburn Sports Network.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Auburn goes in order in the top of the inning. And the last time we saw Samuel Dutton on the mound for the Tigers 15 days ago at Ole Miss, did not pitch in the SEC tournament. And he is the starter tonight for Auburn. He has been the best starter from start to finish this year. Transfer from LSU, 5'11", 199, Southside Alabama native, senior right-hander. Samuel Dutton, 6 quality starts on the year, 14 starts, 1 complete game, 6-3 with a 3.58 earned run average, 75 and a third innings pitch, 73 hits, 30 earned runs, 15 walks, 89 punch-outs. Teams are batting .256 against Samuel Dutton. Terrell, Carter, and Irish left to right on the infield or on the outfield. First to third on the infield, McMurray, Rembert, Snow, Guevara, Freilich behind the plate. And let's see what Samuel Dutton brings to the table at Plainsman Park tonight.
He will face Isaiah Barquette, Juan De La Cruz, and Lorenzo Miola here in the first inning. The Stetson Ball Club scored 7 times in the top of the first in Game 1 yesterday, en route to a rather easy win against North Carolina State. In the first pitch to Barquette is a strike. Barquette led the charge yesterday for Stetson. He was 3 for 4, scored twice, drove home 4 runs. Righty on righty here as Dutton winds and fires. Barquette swings, lifts it up the right side, out of play. On to Donahue, 0-2. Very simply, Auburn needs Samuel Dutton to be Samuel Dutton tonight.
Sure.
The second team All-SEC selection. He's ahead of Barquette, no balls and 2 strikes. Wind and delivery. Chopper foul at the plate as he tried to bury a fastball inside.
91 and 90 on the fastball from Dutton here to start the ball game. Coach Thompson talked with you pregame about the breaking ball being such an effective pitch for Samuel when he was on. He had that 5-week stretch throughout the month of April and into early May where he was, you can make the case he was the best pitcher in the SEC during that span.
He's ahead of Isaiah Barquette. No balls and 2 strikes. Now the wind and the pitch. Chopper left side. That will roll foul. Fielded in front of the bag by Eric Guevara. It's a different looking Auburn defense tonight with Fabian out of the lineup. Rembert moves to second. Snow to short. Terrell from center to left. Irish from left to right. And Carter inserted in the order tonight for Auburn and playing center field. I believe that Fabian is available as a pinch hitter, perhaps a defensive replacement should the Tigers need him. Again, an 0-2 pitch. Chopper 2 hops to Snow. Fields and throws. 1 out.
He threw strikes. He got ahead. In fact, he threw nothing but strikes in that sequence and ultimately got the soft ground ball out to short. And when Dutton is on, he's got some vertical break. Hitters are going to be on top of pitches. You're going to get some ground balls like that.
Here's Juan De La Cruz, batting .302 with 4 homers and 37 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter went 1 for 3 yesterday with a run scored. Dutton the wind in the pitch. Fastball, strike. Guevara close to the line at third. McMurray well off the line at first. And Rembert shades up the middle a bit. Pitch. Misses low and away. A ball and a strike to De La Cruz with Lorenzo Miola waiting on deck. Pitch clock down to 7 as Dutton winds in the 1-1. Miola, or rather De La Cruz showed bunt, came up empty. 1-2.
Not a bad idea with the infield back like that. Just couldn't execute it.
Checks with the home plate umpire, Nate White. I'm guessing asking if it was a strike, regardless if he went after it or not. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Ground ball left side, backhand stab. Snow throws. Got him. Oh, what a nice play by Snow. Going into the hole, backhand stab to a knee, and a throw to first to get De La Cruz.
7th game this year that Snow has started at short. He's looked like a 40-game starter over there on that play.
Big arm to get De La Cruz by a full step at first. And that's a guy that is 28 of 28 stealing bases, so he can get down the line. 2 outs. Here's Lorenzo Miola. 2 for 6, a run scored at an RBI yesterday. The pitch, curveball for strike 1.
Really good early sign when he can land the curve for a called strike.
Miola, the best power guy in the lineup for the Hatters. 11 homers and 42 runs batted in. Batting .316 on the campaign. The 0-1. It bounces up there. The backhand stab by Frelick. 1-1 the count. 2 outs, nobody on for Stetson. Dutton with the wind in the 1-1. Miola swings and misses.
He's doing a nice job against these right-handed hitters of locating that fastball down and in.
And in may be the big key there.
Yeah.
And down. 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, third base side, foul ball. Guevara fields and throws to first. But it was called foul by the third base umpire, Zach Neff.
First couple of hops were fair. Might have crossed the bag foul.
By the time Guevara got to it, it was about 2.5 feet foul, but it's where it crosses the bag. He can still field it in foul ground, but it was immediately called foul by Zach Neff. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Dutton shakes off the sign. Now goes to work, the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Strikeout number 1 for Samuel Dutton. The cake counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. 3 up, 3 down for the Hatters. We're through 1, no score as Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all. Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
This is Auburn baseball in the postseason. Now back to the NCAA Regional at Plainsman Park.
3 up, 3 down for Auburn and Stetson in the first. We go to the second, brought to you by Southern Union. There's a new path to the Plains that runs through Southern Union State Community College. Moves seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently, all at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains.
So Stetson scored 7 in their first inning last night. Auburn scored 4 in its first inning last night.
Goose eggs.
Yeah, different night.
Yes. Cooper McMurray will lead it off for Auburn. 1 for 4 last night. The Auburn first baseman scored a run, batting .327 with 14 homers and a team leading 57 runs batted in. Just 12 pitches for James Hayes in the first. The shift is on now for McMurray. And here's the wind and the pitch. Cooper takes it just at the knees for strike 1. The low strike appears to be there.
Yeah, it's a little wider zone tonight than we saw in both games yesterday.
Hayes with the wind in the 0-1. McMurray takes strike 2 on the curveball.
I don't know what kind of night he's going to have in the game, but he put on one kind of show in batting practice.
0-2 to McMurray. Hayes, the wind of the pitch. McMurray swings, lifts it back to the screen.
Tried to sneak the fastball by him after a couple of breaking balls to start the sequence. Left fielder way over there toward the line.
That missed up and away. A ball and 2 strikes to McMurray. Hayes, as a freshman a year ago at Georgia, just 3 outings, no record, and a big ERA of 21. And then made the transfer to Stetson. 1-2 pitch. McMurray drives it down the right field line. That is fair. That gets to the wall on a hop. Cooper around first base. He digs for second. It's a leadoff double for Cooper McMurray, his 16th of the season. A laser beam on a hop off the right field wall in front of the K corner.
2 strikes. I think he hung a breaking ball, and McMurray was able to turn on it. You could see Taylor thinking about whether or not to lay out and try to make a diving catch. He thought better of it, played it off a hop off the wall.
First base runner of the night, a leadoff double by Cooper McMurray, and here is Lucas Steele. Maybe the biggest swing of the night last night.
Yep.
With the game tied at 4 in the third, he hit a 3-2 pitch, 430 feet to right field, giving Auburn the lead for good. Stretching the pitch. A little bit up on the off-speed delivery to Lucas Steele.
Yeah, he was the first batter in the bottom of the third, and Central Connecticut had scored 3 in the second and 1 in the third to tie it up. Auburn answered immediately and then never gave up the lead again.
A ball and no strikes to Steele, batting left-handed. The pitch. High strike call, a ball and a strike. Switch hitting DH for the Tigers. Turns around, bats left-handed against the right-hander, James Hayes. After the leadoff double for McMurray, who's out at second. Now the 1-1. Line drive caught by the shortstop. Didn't hit it hard, but right at Lorenzo Miola for the first out of the inning.
Looked like that may have been off the end of the bat a little bit. It was a fastball and soft liner right to the shortstop.
Steele with something to say to Eric Snow as he walks back to the dugout. Snow to the plate for the Tigers. 2 for 3 last night. Scored twice, drove home a run. Look how far back they're playing at third right now for Eric Snow. McMurray gets his lead. The pitch. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, this is a guy in Snow who spent the first half of the season in the leadoff spot. Handles the bat pretty well there. He's riding a 10-game hitting streak and another multi-hit game last night.
Raised his average to 302. He has 7 homers, 31 runs batted in. Here's the 1-0. Line drive, base hit, down the third base line into the corner. McMurray clips the bag at third, and he will score. Snow is on his way to second base. The hitting streak continues. It's a double, his 13th of the year, and the Tigers lead 1-0.
They were playing him to go the other way in the outfield. Apple had to cover about 8 or 9 feet more than the regular spot for the left fielder. No chance to keep Snow from getting to second base. And well, just another good job of hitting by Snow. Pulled it right down that third base line.
And no chance for Barquette, the third baseman. That ball was whistled past him. And now here's Bub Terrell as Auburn is broken on top 1-0. Hayes off the stretch in the pitch. Bub takes it outside, bounces away from the catcher, but Snow stays at second base. Terrell, a terrific night last night in his first NCAA tournament game. 2 for 3, a run scored. He drove home 3 last night.
Yeah, including 2 in the first inning, and an at-bat where he fell behind early, kept fouling off pitches. Just a really solid starting at-bat.
1-0 pitch. Terrell takes the curveball for a strike. 1-1. Hitting .290 on the season. Bub has 5 homers and 36 runs batted in. 1-0 Tigers lead it. 1 out with Snow at second base. We're in the top of the second. Here's the stretch and the 1-1. Terrell chops it foul at the plate. Off speed and up, and Bub just topped it, maybe off his front foot.
Yeah, he's flexing it out, trying to put some weight on it.
Fralick in the on-deck circle. Tigers lead 1-0, the 1-2 pitch. Bub takes a fastball high. 2-2 the count. Doubles by McMurray and Snow plating the Auburn run. 1 out. Snow down at second. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Terrell. Hayes comes set, checks the runner once, now twice the pitch. Inside. Almost got him on the back foot. The count goes full.
Yeah, I thought it did initially as he stepped out of the way of it. Now, again, just a patient at bat. Talk about not giving away pitches, not swinging at balls that are out of the strike zone. Bub there recognized the spin and didn't offer.
Hayes off the stretch. Here's the 3-2. Terrell lines it into right center field. That's down for a hit. Snow will score. Bub around first base. He digs for second. The throw into second is not in time. Bub with the third double of the inning for Auburn, and the Tigers lead 2-0. 15th double for Bub Terrell. A 3-2 pitch, and he was sitting on it.
And if he's not running as hard as he can to first base, he doesn't have a chance to turn it on and go to second. There wasn't anyone immediately covering the bag at second. That's a hustle double for Terrell.
And the throw ballooned in.
It did.
And now here's Fralick, 2-0 Auburn. 3 doubles in the inning, McMurray, Snow, and Terrell. And Auburn leads 2-0 as Hayes comes set. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Two 2-0 Tigers. 1 out. Bub Terrell down at second base. 4 runs driven in this tournament by the freshman Bub Terrell. Pitch. Fralick to the first baseman. He gets it. He flips to Hayes covering first. In time for the out. Terrell goes to third on the play. I don't know if that was off the end of the bat. He didn't hit it especially hard.
Yeah.
But Moran was able to get to it, and a nice job by Hayes to cover first for the second out.
Moves Terrell into scoring position. Not a lot of room behind home plate as we saw play a factor in last night's game, but one could get away from Perez here. See how they play Bristol Carter. Are they going to cheat in against him?
They do not, but they do play him to pull.
Yeah.
Bristol did not play in the win last night. The pitch, he shows bunt and takes the curveball low. Third baseman came crashing in, Barquette. And now at least you put something in their head, haven't you?
Exactly. And now Barquette will play even-ish with the bag at third.
2-0 Auburn on top. Runner at third, 2 down. We're in the top of the second. And now Barquette backs up at third base. The pitch. He misses low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Bristol Carter. Bristol hitting .242, a couple homers, 13 runs batted in. And Auburn's top stolen base guy with 14.
They want to put the bunt back on. This is a fastball count at 2-0. Third baseman backed up again.
2-0 pitch. Fastball down the middle. Carter took it for strike one.
Bristol looked back. He did a double take.
Yeah.
That was a strike?
Yes, young man, it was. 2 balls and a strike to Bristol Carter. And the pitch. Line drive caught by the shortstop. Right at Miola. And the inning comes to a close. Some hard-hit baseballs by Auburn in the inning. 2 runs, 3 doubles, no errors. A man left to the bottom of the second. Auburn 2, Stetson nothing. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Big eating in Auburn and Opelika means Big Mike's Steakhouse. Famous for high-quality steaks cooked to perfection on an open-fire grill served in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. It's happy hour at Big Mike's every Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 6 and half off select appetizers, draft beer, and well drinks. And don't forget, a Big Mike's gift card will always be the perfect gift for Big City Steak in your hometown. It's Big Mike's Steakhouse in Auburn at Shigjordan Parkway and Wire Road.
For 70 years, Max Credit Union has been more than just a financial institution. We've been a part of your community, your milestones, your dreams. At Max, you're not just a customer. You're a member, a neighbor, a friend. So as we celebrate 70 years of trust, service, and financial growth, we want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing Max, and thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. Max Credit Union, 70 years strong and just getting started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Two to nothing Auburn as we go to the bottom of the second. Let's check the Yellowwood scoreboard. Couple of hosts that are in a bit of trouble on the ropes. Clemson trails West Virginia 8-5. They're in the top of the ninth in Clemson. And in Athens, Duke leads Georgia 6-2. The ninth inning there, so the Bulldogs will have one more shot in the bottom of the ninth. Elsewhere, it's East Carolina leading Coastal Carolina 2-1 in the top of the fifth in Conway in the regional that is opposite Auburn's regional. Other games that are underway, LSU leads Dallas Baptist 2-0. It's Arkansas 4, Creighton 0. North Carolina over Oklahoma 9-0 on the Yellowwood scoreboard.
Landon Moran will lead it off, first baseman for the Hatters. Tigers lead it 2-0 as Dutton goes back to work, and the pitch just missed the outside corner. First non-first pitch strike that Dutton has thrown. Moran 1 for 5 with an RBI yesterday against North Carolina State in that victory against the Wolfpack. 1-0. Ground ball, couple hops to Rembert. He flips to first for the out.
Early contact ground balls, pitcher's best friend there. Dutton has thrown 16 pitches, 13 strikes, and only 3 balls so far.
And here's Foster Apple. 1 for 4 yesterday. A run scored, a run batted in. There were over 7,300 here, almost 7,400, an Auburn record last night. I'm not sure how many more you could shoehorn in here tonight. It's another just outstanding atmosphere at Plainsman Park. First pitch to Apple. Left side, big hop, Guevara. Fields and throws, 2 outs.
Early contact ground balls, pitcher's best friend.
I've heard that before.
2
outs for Jordan Taylor.
You know, you're talking about the crowd, Andy, and I can't help but think about mayonnaise. Because I look around, I go, mayonnaise, a lot of people in this ballpark tonight.
I will give you that one. Give credit to your son, because I'm sure he's the one that came up with it.
He's the one who pushed me to do it.
I
initially said I wasn't going to do it, but.
And after 2 quick outs.
Yeah.
Just to try and stop the momentum, a timeout called by the Stetson offense as Jordan Taylor now steps into the box. 1 for 5 yesterday. Batting .309, 7 homers, 41 runs batted in. First pitch, a little bit low. Evan Griffiths waits on deck. 2 outs and nobody on for Stetson. Bottom of the second. Auburn on top 2-0. Long look in by Dutton. Pitch clock down to 4. The pitch. Fastball, strike. A ball and a strike to Jordan Taylor. He's out of Jacksonville, Florida, junior. Right fielder, bats right-handed with 22 stolen bases in 22 attempts. That's ball 2 inside.
He's thrown 5 pitches outside the strike zone tonight, and 3 of them have been borderline.
Dutton shakes off a sign. Now rocks and fires. And misses outside with the curve. 3-1. First 3-ball count tonight for Samuel Dutton. Heck, this is the first 2-ball count for Dutton. Three and 1 the count to Taylor. The pitch on the way. Taylor lines it, almost kills his third base coach.
And the head coach. Woo! And the Auburn dugout's talking to him, and he's laughing back. Man, Taylor said, if I get a 3-1 fastball right here,
I'm turning on it.
I'm turning on it, and he did.
Yeah, he's
goodness.
He's chuckling and talking with a lot of people down there, and he's thrilled to be able to talk at this moment. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Chopper, third base side, and foul.
Smart pitch. Take advantage of his aggressiveness there. Throw him something off speed, and Taylor was able to slow down the bat enough to get a piece of it.
Another 3-2 pitch to Jordan Taylor. From Dutton. Fly ball. Deep into right center field, but that is Irish territory. 3 up. 3 down for Stetson. And Dutton puts up a 0 after Auburn scores 2 in the top of the inning. We're through 2 at Plainsman Park. Auburn 2, Stetson nothing. As Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
You're listening to Auburn Baseball at the NCAA Regionals. Now, back to Plainsman Park for more of the Tigers and Stetson.
Thank you, Mark Aston. Tigers lead 2-0 coming to the plate in the third. Tonight's third inning, of course, brought to you by the Vance Law Firm, where the phone number is easy to remember. They say dial 3 for me, 334-333-3333. And speaking of 3-3, Brad.
Speaking of 33, Justin Solamine has just headed to the Stetson bullpen. Senior right-handed reliever. So Solamine, 33, there in between innings, jogged down to the bullpen. Auburn has gotten some really good-looking swings off of Hayes in the first 2 innings.
34 pitches for Hayes in the first 2 innings, and Auburn now starts the second time through the order, and Chris Rembert will lead off the Auburn third. Hayes, the wind and the pitch, and it bounces up and over the catcher and to the backstop.
Early offense everywhere else. There is no game, and there were 7 others that started at 8 o'clock Central Time. Every other NCAA regional game has had some scoring to this point already.
1-0. Rembert swings and hits it into left. Apple to his left makes the catch. Got it in on the hands of Rembert. A little upset with himself. Thought he had a pitch to drive and just didn't get enough of it. First out of the inning.
Auburn's pretty aggressive offensively. They feel like they're seeing his fastball really well.
And as a result, I wonder if we'll see more of a mixture of his off-speed stuff the second time through the order. Here's Guevara. A strikeout in the first. Eric looking for his first hit of the regional. Wind and the pitch. Misses low. That fastball at 91. Rembert, Guevara, Snow, Terrell, Freilich, all playing in their first NCAA tournaments this weekend. 1-0 pitch. Outside. 2 balls and 1 ball. Yeah, 2 balls and no strikes. That's just the guys in the starting lineup for Auburn tonight. Lucas Steele has not played for Auburn in an NCAA, but was here 2 years ago with Sanford. 2-0. Off the end of the bat, right side. That'll get out of play on just in front of the grandstand. And in section 102.
So final on the Yellowwood scoreboard, Duke beats Georgia in Athens 6-3. So the Blue Devils advance to championship Sunday.
2-1 pitch to Eric. Just missed the outside corner. Missed the corner.
Georgia will play Oklahoma State tomorrow in an elimination game.
3 balls and a strike to count. Hayes, the wind in the pitch. Guevara swings and lines it into right field. It's a base hit. Guevara's first hit of the weekend. It was an odd look out there. I don't know if Taylor didn't see it initially, the right fielder. It was coming right at him.
Yeah.
And Guevara's on with a 1-out single.
Down and away, took it where he was pitched, went to right field. He did that a lot in batting practice today. Wasn't pulling very much, hitting everything to right field, and he gets his first hit of the game to right field.
Auburn's first of the inning. Auburn's first single of the night. The 4th total base hit after 3 doubles, plated 2 runs in the second. Here is Ike Irish. 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. Stretched by Hayes. And the pitch. Inside and low to Ike. Auburn's all SEC right fielder. Batting .354. A team leading 16 homers and 52 runs batted in. Guevara the lead at first. Here's the pitch. Irish chops it. Foul off of his foot. I thought it was foul.
It was.
I thought it got his foot. It was fielded on top of the line, but it was called foul by the home plate umpire, Nate White. And the count is a ball and a strike. I don't know if it got Irish or not. And Steve Trimper comes out to talk it over. The way Irish reacted, it hit him on the foot.
Yeah.
It was fielded by the catcher, Perez, right on top of the line. He was looking to start a double play, but it was already called foul by the home plate umpire, right?
Yes.
Okay. 1 ball and 1 strike to Irish. Guevara gets his lead at first. Here's the 1-1. Way outside and up. 2 balls and a strike. Interesting how the outfield is playing Irish. Maybe not surprising because Irish can hit with power anywhere, but they are really playing Irish to go the opposite way in all 3 outfield positions.
And because they're holding Guevara on, that's a lot of room down the right field line.
2-1 to count the pitch. Ike takes ball 3 inside. And for a second straight batter, James Hayes goes to 3-1.
Hayes has fallen behind all 3 batters in the inning after Auburn had 3 doubles against him in the second inning.
And he has fallen behind Irish, 3-1. Guevara the lead at first. Here is the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Ike just about tossed the bat away. Off-speed delivery to Irish, 3-2. All right, do you start the runner here? With Irish at the plate, 1 out, 3-2 pitch.
I think so.
I do too. Guevara at first, not going. The pitch, ground ball, fair! Down the first base line into the corner. Guevara on second base on his way to third. He's going to score. Irish on his way to third. He goes down, and nobody covers the bag at second, and he goes back to the bag with a double. Auburn's 4th of the night. The Tigers lead 3-0. It is the 12th double for Irish. He would have had a triple standing up.
Yep.
But halfway to third, he stumbled. A bouncing ball over the first baseman down the line.
Just tightrope the line.
He fell behind Guevara, who singled to right, 3-1. He fell behind Irish, 3-1, and he doubled home Guevara. Ike down at second base, and here's McMurray. 3-0, Tigers lead it. 1 out here in the third. McMurray with a double to lead off the Auburn second. He scored the first run of the night. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He was looking to lose one right there, friends.
He sure was. Really smart to start him with an off-speed pitch.
Nobody ambushes a first pitch fastball like Cooper McMurray. Now the 0-1. McMurray hits one high and deep into left. Apple is back at the track. It's off the wall. Irish will score. Cooper into second base. He's saved. His second double in as many innings. 4-0 Tigers.
Stetson won every game that Hayes started this year until their last game 6 days ago. They lost that one. He didn't get the loss, but the team had won all 10 of his prior starts until that one. And, I mean, Auburn is just seeing him exceptionally well. The Tigers are dialed in offensively tonight.
4-0 Auburn, and that will bring the pitching coach out for the Hatters.
6 base hits and 5 of them doubles.
McMurray has doubled to right center and doubled off the War Eagle wall in left to center.
Solamine is getting loose in a hurry.
Yeah.
Now, Hayes is not a guy that has gone exceptionally deep into ball games. He has 1 7-inning start, make it 2 7-inning starts, but that last game against Florida Gulf Coast was 3. His previous 3 starts went 4, 4 2/3, and 3 innings, respectively. And tonight, Auburn has gotten to him in the second and third.
It's the pitching coach, Daniel Latham, that walks away from the hill with the entire infield gathered around the pitcher, James Hayes. Auburn has scored 4 runs in the last 2 innings. And the Tigers are a doubles machine here tonight. 5 of Auburn's 6 base hits are doubles. And here's Lucas Steele with McMurray at second base and the Tigers leading 4-0. Hayes off the stretch and the pitch. Steele takes it low. Off-speed delivery, miss low to Lucas. 2 for 6 on the weekend. Scored 2 runs, driven home 2. Hit the game-deciding home run last night in the 3rd inning against Central Connecticut State. The pitch. Again, off-speed. It misses down and in to the Auburn DH.
To your point about trying to change how much Auburn sees the fastball, how many more fastballs does he throw, the Auburn batters?
McMurray at second. The shortstop, Miola, is behind him. As Cooper edges away, the 2-0. Steele takes it outside for ball 3. The question may be, how long does it take Solamine to be ready in the bullpen? 3 balls and no strikes to Steele. Hayes off the stretch in the pitch. Steele takes ball 4.
The only fastball in the entire at bat, and it was on 3-0, and he was at 90 with that fastball. It was just to get me over fastball, and he didn't land it.
And that brings Eric Snow to the plate. He doubled right down the third baseline in the 2nd inning. It scored McMurray. Snow later came home to score on the double by Bub Terrell. McMurray at second here in the 3rd. Steele at first. 2 runs already home in the inning for the Tigers. Auburn leads 4-0, 1 out in the inning. Stretch in the pitch. Fastball, strike call. Fastball at 92. Eric is 3 for 4 in the regional. Outfield play, Snow to hit the opposite way. 0-1 pitch. He does. Into right. Right fielder is on. He makes a diving catch. Fine play by Jordan Taylor out in right field. A sinking liner and he came on to make the fine play.
I don't know, 6 or 7 hits that they've taken away defensively over the first game and change of this regional. Thought that had a chance to sink and land off the bat, but Taylor wouldn't have it.
If he doesn't get it, it clears the bases.
No doubt.
Now 2 down for Bub Terrell, who doubled home a run in the Auburn second. 4-0, Auburn leads it. Stretch and the pitch to Bub. High and outside. A ball and no strikes.
Well, you almost have to lay off anything that's not the fastball at this point.
McMurray from second and Steele from first. 2 outs in the third. The 1-0 pitch. Terrell tried to hold up on a pitch that was down. He went around on an appeal to third. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Auburn freshman left fielder. Bub's had a good weekend. He's 3 for 4 with 4 runs batted in. One pitch from Hayes to Terrell. Here it is. Held up on a pitch down and in. 2-1 the count.
That's not a bad start to your NCAA regional career, huh? No learning curve for Terrell in postseason play.
First and second with 2 down for Auburn. Top half of the third. Tigers a visiting squad here tonight. Pitch. Terrell takes it inside. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Hayes comes set at the belt. Now the 3-1 pitch to Terrell. Good eye. Watches it. It's just missed the outside corner, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Chase Fraley. Second walk of the inning by Hayes, who's up to 55 pitches. Not an alarming amount. Just Auburn has scored 4 runs and may not be done here in the third inning. McMurray to third and Steele to second and Terrell to first.
And he will not face Hayes.
Nope. Pitching coach is out, and that will be all for Hayes.
This matches rather his shortest outing of the season, 2 2/3 innings.
And Stetson makes a Pepper Tree pitching change for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection, the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn and Montgomery and online at steaksandwine.com. Justin Sotomine on his way in. Tigers have the bases loaded, 2 outs. And the top of the third, Auburn leads 3-0 on this Pepper Tree pitching change.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Pepper Tree pitching change for number 33, Justin Sotomine, Solimine. Sotomine, a senior, 6'1", 217, out of Danbury, Connecticut originally. Danbury High, started out at Manhattan before he transferred in to the Stetson program, headed south for the spring and summer. Sotomine is making his 24th appearance of the year. That is the second most on the team. He's 3-2 with a 3.97 earned run average. 20 of his 23 outings have come in relief. 47 2/3 innings, 39 hits, 22 runs, 21 of them earned. He's walked 20, struck out 34. Has thrown 7 wild pitches, given up 3 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs. Opposition is hitting .225 against the right-hander, Justin Sotomine. The starter, Hayes, 2 2/3 innings. Auburn got to him for 4 runs to this point on 6 hits, 5 of them doubles. He walked 2, struck out 1. He threw 60 pitches, 33 strikes. Hayes out. Solamine is in.
And he will get Chase Fraley with the bases loaded and 2 outs for Auburn. And Zane Coppersmith heads to the bullpen, a right-hander for Stetson. There weren't a lot of fooled swings by Auburn against Hayes tonight. He gave up 5 doubles in this last 2 innings.
And it was the fastball. Every time he couldn't sneak that fastball by. Even Rembert's first out of the ball game was a laser to center field. So the Tigers had him measured right from the start tonight.
Fralick at the plate, grounded out to the first baseman in the second. He bats with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the Auburn third, and the Tigers lead 4-0. Solamine, right-hander, comes set at the belt, and time called.
Pitch clock.
Already. Wow, want to know the count. Before he throws his first pitch.
Yeah. Stetson dug out a little confused about it, but clearly communicated.
1-0 to Fralick. Pitch is on the way. Popped it up. Into center. Russell camps underneath this one. And the inning comes to a close. 2 more runs in the inning for the Tigers. On 3 base hits, no errors. Auburn leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the third. Auburn 4. Stetson nothing. Auburn. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the Talking Tigers podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. The Talking Tigers podcast is a series of one-on-one interviews hosted by the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. Each week, Andy is joined by a featured guest with Auburn ties from athletics, entertainment, and other walks of life. Past legends and present trailblazers, insightful and entertaining. It's the Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts today.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
As Auburn goes to the field in the bottom of the third, a defensive change for Auburn. Derek Fabian comes into the game and goes to shortstop, and Eric Snow goes from short to third. Eric Guevara led off that Auburn third inning with a single. He scored on the double into the right field corner by Irish. But he is out of the ball game right now. We'll try and get a report on Eric Guevara. And let's hope that it is something relatively minor. Bottom third of the order to face Dutton here in the third. Griffiths, Russell, and Perez. '25th pitch by Dutton is a curveball that drops in for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Curveball missed a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Griffiths. Griffis. 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, 2 runs batted in for the Stetson DH yesterday against North Carolina State, the 1-1. Line drive, base hit into right field. Irish gets over, cuts it off, ball deflected, and Griffiths will get to second base with a double. That ball was ripped into the gap in right center field. Irish got over, got his glove on it, but could not pull it in. And it was returned to the infield by the center fielder, Carter.
Yeah, Ike slid to keep that ball from getting all the way to the wall, and he's able to limit him to a single if he comes up with it cleanly. But he wasn't. He kind of kicked it off the glove and over toward Carter, who was coming over to help him from center field. So a leadoff double for Griffiths.
And here's Landon Russell, the center fielder. Russell takes the first pitch from Dutton. It misses low. Snow playing up at third base for the Tigers. Auburn leads 4-0. Snow replacing Guevara at third. Fabian replacing Guevara in the batting order and moving to shortstop in this bottom half of the third. Griffiths gets his lead at second base. Stretched by Dutton. And the pitch to Russell. Swing and a miss and a slider off the outside edge. 1-1. As we pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Auburn Sports Network. One pitch. Jammed him and he fouled it up and out of play off the right side.
Andy on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Clemson gets the winning run to the plate. Bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. Tigers strike out, though, in West Virginia. Beats Clemson at Clemson 9-6. They move on to the championship Sunday. Clemson and Kentucky tomorrow in an elimination game.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Landon Russell, the pitch. Missed a little bit low, 2-2.
Not a bad idea since he got the swing and miss at one that was further off the plate earlier in the at-bat.
A leadoff double for Griffiths. He's at second. 2-2 the count to Russell. Dutton pitches. Misses high, ball 3.
See if he comes back to that slider now. Or tries to bury that fastball in on that inside corner again, as he's done so much these first 2 innings.
3-2 pitch. Upstairs, Auburn appeals to first. They don't get the appeal. As a matter of fact, he doesn't appeal. And that's a walk. And runners at first and second and nobody out. Up to the home plate umpire whether he wants to appeal, and regardless of Auburn's request or not. And here is the catcher, Perez. Batting .270, no homers and 6 runs batted in. Did not start yesterday against North Carolina State. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Auburn looks for a bunt. Brings the corners in. Stretching the pitch, he shows bunt. Takes it a little bit low.
Crowd getting a little restless with the home plate umpire. That was just the 16th walk of the year for Samuel Dutton in in 78 innings.
Snow at third, McMurray at first. Come in on the corners. Here's the pitch. Bunts it. In front of the plate. Picked up by Dutton. Throws to first with Rembert covering for the first out of the inning. Runners move up to second and third. We go to the top of the order now for Stetson. Griffiths to third and Russell to second. Here is Isaiah Barquette.
Situation where you could use a strikeout. Barquette has only fanned 8 times this year.
Grounded out to short in the first. Griffiths at third and Russell at second. Dutton pitches. Slider, strike 1. In spite of the fact that Barquette doesn't do it often. Boy, Samuel could use the strikeout right here. McMurray plays up at first. Rest of the infield is back. The pitch. Barquette chops it. High chopper to Rembert. He'll throw to first. The runner scores. An RBI for Barquette, his 5th of the tournament. And Stetson is on the board. 2 outs in the inning. It's 4-1, Auburn on top.
Rembert charged that so quickly, you could see him thinking about coming home. But the way that the offense has swung the bats here, you take that sure second out, allow the first run to score. So got a 3-run lead and a runner at third, but now 2 outs in the inning.
And here is Juan De La Cruz. Hit it deep in the hole. Snow, then the shortstop, made a fabulous backhand stab and throw to first in the first inning. Swing and a miss on a pitch sailing off the outside edge by Dutton. Leadoff double for Griffiths. He has come home to score. A walk to Russell. He's at third. 2 outs now in the inning. Dutton comes set. Here's the pitch. It misses low. 91 and down. A ball and a strike to De La Cruz.
It's been all fastball slider this inning. Haven't seen that curveball here in the bottom of the third.
Russell gets his lead at third. Dutton works off the stretch. 1-1 pitch. De La Cruz swings and misses. Got a sinking fastball down and in. A ball and 2 strikes. 4-1. Auburn on top. Runner at third. 2 outs here in the third for Stetson. Dutton shakes off 2 signs. A third. And comes set. The pitch clock at 2. Here's the pitch. This low and away. Bounces away from Fralick to his left, and Russell retreats to the bag at third. 2-2 the count. Two and two. Runner at third, 2 down, bottom of the third. Auburn leads Stetson 4-1. Dutton to De La Cruz. Here it is. Missed upstairs. Count goes full.
Try to get him to chase the high fastball there. He wouldn't do it. Now you could come back with a fastball in or try to get him to chase the slider away again.
Stretch by Dutton in the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, 2 hops to Fabian. Short hop, throws to first in time for the out.
That's a harder play.
It sure is.
Yeah, harder play than it looked.
Came in to get the short hop and made the throw to first, and the inning comes to a close. A run on a hit. No errors and a man left. We're through 3 in this winner's bracket game between Auburn and Stetson in the NCAA Regional. Tigers 4, Hatters 1. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
4 runs, 6 hits, 5 doubles, no errors for Auburn. A run on a hit and no errors for Stetson. Through 3, Auburn 4, Stetson 1. To take you through the middle 3, here's Brad Long.
Carter, Rembert, and Fabian will be the first 3 due up for Auburn. Fabian came in defensively in the bottom of the third. Eric Guevara removed from the game. Snow went over from short to third, Fabian to short defensively. We have not seen Guevara in the Auburn dugout since he was taken out of the ball game. And we know he had the ACL 2 years ago, and he had the hamstring issues at the beginning of this season. And we do not know what the issue is tonight, but if we can find out, we will let you know what we can as we go on. Bristol Carter takes ball 1, low and away. Justin Solamine, first reliever. He came in to get the 3rd out in the 3rd inning. And he's back out there to start the 4th. He kicks and fires and low bridges Bristol Carter up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Carter lined out to the shortstop his first time. A lot of room left of the bag at second. Shortstop deep in the hole. Third baseman in. 2-0 pitch is hit on the ground. Third baseman with the pick. Short hop. Nice play by Barquette. He throws out Bristol Carter for the first out of the inning. He was playing up, and so that made that first hop a challenging one, a short hop.
He had one shot at that play, and he made it on the backhand. That ball was ripped by Carter. Short hopped into the backhand glove of Barquette. And the ball got to him so quickly, just an easy throw to first to get the speedy Bristol Carter.
Another high degree of difficulty defensive play for Stetson. Here is Rembert, his third at bat. First pitch to him. Off the end of the bat, fouled away, 0-1. He's hit it to center twice. Rembert 1 for 7 in his first NCAA regional action. Well, most of the other action tonight around the country, it's either a blowout or just a wild game. 0-1. Off the end of the bat, bounced to second. Scooped up there by De La Cruz. He throws short. Ooh, close play over there. He had to rely on Moran to field the short hop, and it handcuffed him a little bit. Kind of caught it on the heel of his glove, but he made the catch for the out. So a couple of ground ball outs quickly here in the top of the fourth. Auburn leads 4-1, and Derek Fabian comes in for his first at bat. Guevara singled and scored last inning. You know, we were watching Ike Irish on his double, rounding second, slipping to third. I just don't want to speculate. Pitch to Fabian, bunts it in the air on a hop. Pitcher fields. He doesn't have a play. Oh, it was a high bounce. Solamine decided to field it on one bounce and then didn't field it cleanly. Fabian running hard to first base. Beat it out, and he's got an infield single with 2 outs.
He popped it up, and the pitcher couldn't decide whether he was going to come in and get the pop-up. And when it bounced, I think he started to look up to see what kind of play he had to first, and he did not field it cleanly. It is a base hit for Fabian.
As Irish steps in, we welcome those of you listening to the NCAA Baseball Regional Rundown on the Varsity Network app. If you'd like to hear our full broadcasts in their entirety, download the Auburn Tigers Game Day app. Every Auburn Sports Network broadcast is available on the Auburn Tigers app. Ike Irish, first-team All-SEC player, has doubled and scored. He's driven in a run. He's also bounced to second. Ike lines one down the left side, foul, and into the crowded Tiger Terrace area.
Tell me an area that isn't crowded tonight in this ballpark and outside this ballpark.
Record-breaking crowd here last night, over 7,300. Number tonight will be close to the same. It is a happening here at Plainsman Park. Irish waits, and the 0-1 pitch. High fly ball left center field. Apple coming over. So's the center fielder Russell. It's Russell who cuts over right in front of Apple on the warning track in the canyon in left center to put it away for out number 3. So Auburn gets a 2-out single, but nothing else. No runs on a hit for the Tigers in the fourth. No errors and a man left. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Tigers on top of Stetson, 4-1. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Football season is coming soon.
Man wide open, Cam Coleman, touchdown Auburn!
The Tigers return Friday, August 29th at Baylor.
Oh, the second he goes down. Oh, he got blindsided by Keldrick. Reed in trouble. Reed goes down. DeMarcus Riddick.
This is your exclusive home for Auburn football, the Auburn Sports Network.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
Three, 4, 5 hitters due up for Stetson in the bottom of the fourth. Auburn has out-hit the Hatters 7-1. Tigers lead on the scoreboard 4-1. It'll be Miola, Moran, and Apple. 3, 4, 5 hitters against Samuel Dutton, who is at 43 pitches through the first 3 innings. Dutton's first start in 15 days, and he starts with a breaking ball that's golfed into left field for a base hit. Miola with a looping single on the first pitch of the 4th. Leadoff man is aboard for the second straight inning for the Hatters. So Miola with his 3rd hit of the weekend. And Landon Moran comes to the plate. He bounced to second his first time. Guevara out of the game. Snow playing third. Fabian at short, and they're retaping his hand. He injured his right hand in last night's game, making a tag. First pitch is a called strike in there to Moran, 0-1. Trying to start a tag and throw double play. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Stetson first baseman. It's a Hatters team that played 2 SEC teams during the season. They opened in Puerto Rico, one of those multi-team events. They beat Missouri 9-7 in their 3rd game of the year. Throw to first, runners back. Only other game against an SEC team was April 15th, a midweek at Florida. Gators beat the Hatters 14-4 in that matchup. Pitch. There's a drive toward left. Terrell is back. He's at the track. He plays it off a hop. Runner trying to go to third and will. The throw comes back into second. It's a long, loud single for Moran, but Miola gets to third. They're at the corners with nobody out. 2nd straight inning that they've had a couple of base runners on with nobody out.
And Auburn will get the bullpen active.
It's Cade Fisher and Dylan Watts heading down to the bullpen. Stetson just trying to chip away. Auburn could have had much bigger innings in the 2nd and 3rd than it did, and Everett Tieford comes out of the Auburn dugout to come talk to Dutton and bring the infield in with him. While they do, let's update other scores on the Yellowwood scoreboard. In, I believe that's Oxford. Yeah, in Oxford, Mississippi, Murray State leads Georgia Tech 13-11 in the 9th inning. 13-11, Murray State over Georgia Tech. The winner of that gets Ole Miss, the winner gets to the Sunday championship round, but the loser faces Ole Miss, who beat Western Kentucky earlier today. North Carolina in Chapel Hill leads Oklahoma 11-3. They're in the top of the 8th there. They're going back and forth in Conway. Coastal Carolina and East Carolina are tied at 4 in the bottom of the 6th. Also on the Yellowwood scoreboard, LSU shutting out Dallas Baptist 6-0 in the 3rd. In the 7th in Fayetteville, Arkansas shutting out Creighton 8-0. St. Mary's and USC are tied at 3 in the top of the 5th. Louisville and Vanderbilt are tied at 1 in the 4th in Nashville. Meeting on the mound over. Apple stands in, first pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. The winner plays tomorrow at 6. 1-0. Pass ball low. 2 balls, no strikes. Miola, the runner at third. Moran at first. Apple is grounded out to third. Dutton comes set. Senior right-hander. Fires. Breaking ball high, and it's 3-0. A walk would load the bases with nobody out. For the second leading home run hitter on the team. Tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. Dutton deals. Fastball inside corner for a strike. 3-1. .52nd pitch for Dutton. Here it is. It's low. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk of the game.
And Fisher has begun to warm up in the Auburn pen.
This is the 17th of the year for Dutton. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Taylor, who put the ball in the air to right his first time. And it looked really good off the bat. That was the third out of the second inning. Kind of died out in right field. There is no wind tonight. First pitch to Taylor. Breaking ball. He was way out in front. Swung and missed. 0-1. He's got eyes on giving the Hatters a lead, which a home run would do. A Hatter at every base. 0-1. Fastball fouled away at the plate. 0-2. Taylor is struck out 49 times. That's second most on the team. And Dutton ahead of him, 0-2.
Curveball, fastball. What about a slider off the outside edge? But you got to get it there.
0-2. Flied right side foul, out of play. Over onto Donahue Drive. I don't know where Jackie Bradley Jr. parked tonight, but hopefully safe from that one. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth, 4-1 Auburn pitch. Bounced up there, blocked beautifully by Freilich, and the runner at third, Miola, stumbled and fell down. Chase couldn't pull the trigger on the throw down to third quick enough.
Miola came down the line as he tried to retreat. He lost his footing. But he got back to the bag without a throw.
A ball and 2 strikes. See if he tries to make him chase with another. Dutton looks home. He comes set. Pitch. Line, shallow, right center. Carter dives, can't make the play. It's past him. 1 run in, 2 runs. Coming home. Throw home is in time. Oh, they got him. Got him at the plate. Irish threw him out from right field. Moran's tried to score from second on a bloop to right center. Irish threw him out.
I think
Stetson's arguing obstruction.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to say or ask for. Great throw by Irish from right center. Backing up, Carter.
It is a base hit for Taylor. It is at least 1 run. And the umpires will get together and discuss obstruction. Well, that was quite the...
The ruling on the field is that the runner is out at the plate. Stetson is challenging the ruling on the field.
Well, they didn't say obstruction there, but
I believe that's what they're going to look at.
It's got to be what they're looking at.
Yeah.
The throw beat him by 3 feet. Obstruction certainly was one of the issues around the country last night in that Oregon-Utah Valley matchup.
An Oregon team that has been bounced from the NCAA tournament.
Oh, yeah, he's out. You know, there was a spot because Freilich was clearly not obstructing. There was room for Moran to slide in between the feet of Freilich, but he didn't. He didn't get the foot in there in that space.
Without obstruction, he's out at the plate.
Yeah.
And then Freilich makes the tag.
Yeah, and Freilich with his knee keeps the foot from reaching the plate.
Yeah. I think the only way that this play is reversed is obstruction because he's clearly out at the plate. I believe I'm correct in saying that these reviews go to a central area in Pittsburgh.
Replay reviews are presented by Jackson Services. If it's time to renew your home's heating and cooling system, choose Jackson Services for comfort you can count on. From quick repairs to energy-saving upgrades, Jackson Services keeps Alabama homes running smoothly year-round. Here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. Stetson loses 1 challenge. They have 1 remaining.
Buddy, that's a heck of a play by Ike Irish.
Sure is. And I should have known better than to be surprised. He threw an absolute rope, frozen rope from right center field. And I'm telling you, that's just a textbook job by Fralick. There was an open lane to the plate. He wasn't blocking the plate in the least. And then when Moran tried to slide in between that gap, Fralick's his knee came down to block it after he had possession of the ball. First pitch to Griffiths is right down the middle for ball one. Griffiths doubled to lead off the third and came around to score. A run does score for Stetson. There's one out, runners at first and second. It's now a 2-run ball game. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, strike, evens the count. Four to 2 Tigers. We're in the bottom of the fourth.
Griffiths has hit into 3 double plays this season.
Dutton deals. Misses low. Slider, 2-1. Carter in a step or so from center. Terrell and Irish straight away and left and right, respectively. Runners first and second for the Hatters. 2-1 pitch. Fastball, Stee, right, 2.
Low and on the outside corner.
Fabian and Snow back up from short and third. Here comes the crowd. 2-2 pitch. He struck him out. Froze him with a breaking ball. Second strikeout for Dutton. That one was big. 2 away. And now Landon Russell, the batter. Russell, the center fielder from Phoenix City. Just down the road. Right-handed hitter. Apple at second, Taylor at first. First pitch to Russell. Fastball, strike on the inside corner. Russell walked in his first plate appearance. Dutton about to throw his 64th pitch. It is hit off of Dutton and into right field. And rounding third is Apple. He will score. Runners are at the corners, and it's a 1-run ball game. 4-3, the Auburn lead. The RBI single for Russell, is 35th RBI of the season, his first of the regional. With 2 outs, Apple moving off contact. It was hit right back up the middle.
I had got him on the hip.
Yeah.
And no chance at that point as it deflected into right.
So the tying run is at third. Go ahead run at first in the bottom of the fourth for Perez, the catcher, who bounces it to short. Fabian charges, gloves, throws, out, and the inning is over. And Auburn gets out of the inning with the lead, but Stetson climbs to within 1. 2 runs on 3 hits. Make it 4 hits. No Auburn errors and a couple of Hatters stranded. 7 come to the plate in the fourth. It's now 1-run ball game. 4-3 Auburn through 4. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
I like what I like and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Wetumpka is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Wetumpka. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
This is Auburn baseball in the postseason. Now back to the NCAA Regional at Plainsman Park.
4-3, Auburn leads it as we go to the 5th inning. Solamine, the pitcher. For Stetson, he will face McMurray, Steele, and Snow, middle third of the order. He has faced 5 batters and retired 4 of them. A bunt single by Derek Fabian, the only hit that he's allowed. Final on the Yellowwood scoreboard, Oxford, Mississippi. Murray State holds off Georgia Tech 13-11. The 4 seed, Murray State, is 2-0. So it'll be Georgia Tech and Ole Miss in an elimination game tomorrow at Swayze Field. McMurray, 2 for 2, 2 doubles. An RBI, a run scored, first pitch. Outside for ball 1. This 5th inning is presented by Wind Creek Casinos. Elevate your game plan to fabulous. Play the hottest games, win fabulous rewards at Wind Creek Casinos and on the Casinoverse app. Solamine, the right-hander, plants and deals and gets a called strike. 1-1 to McMurray. He's driven in 58 runs. That leads the team. Stetson in the shift against him. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Off-speed delivery. McMurray out in front. It's 1-2. It was a 1-2 count on which he doubled in the 2nd inning off of Hayes. Auburn chased the Hatters starter after 2 2/3. The 1-2 pitch to McMurray. This low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting first baseman opens up his stance, and the 2-2 pitch from Solamine is flied into left center field. Long run, Apple to the canyon, reaches up. It's over his head. Can't get it. It's another double for Cooper McMurray. 3 hits, 3 doubles.
His 16th, 17th, and 18th of the season.
Opposite field, 2-bagger to start the 5th inning. And Auburn, after Central Connecticut tied the game last night in the bottom of the in the top of the 3rd, came back and answered immediately in the bottom of the inning. It was Lucas Steele's homer that gave Auburn the lead it would never relinquish. Here, McMurray, after Stetson climbs to within 1 in the bottom of the 4th, he doubles to start the inning. Auburn trying to fire that offense right back up off this right-handed reliever. Here is Steele. Pitch to him. High fly ball. Shallow right field. Second baseman back. De La Cruz. He's called off by Taylor from right field, and he puts it away for the first out. 1 down. McMurray stays planted at second. And Eric Snow, the batter. An RBI double and a run scored in the 2nd. He is also flied to right. Yellowwood scoreboard. Coastal Carolina and East Carolina, they're now tied at 5 in the 7th. They just keep trading single runs over in Conway. Pitch to Snow, misses the outside corner. Tried a fastball, didn't get it. A ball and no strikes to Snow, who started the game at short. Moved over to 3rd defensively when Guevara was taken out of the game.
Murray State holds on and beats Georgia Tech in Oxford 13-11.
1-0 pitch to Snow. That caught the outside corner, and it evens the count at 1-1.
Murray State into the winner's bracket tomorrow
4
in
seed.
Oxford. Georgia Tech and Ole Miss in an elimination game tomorrow afternoon. How about that?
1-1 pitch to Snow. Nope, outside with a slider. 2-1.
If I'm not mistaken, that's a Murray State team that won not only the regular season, but also won the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament Championship.
Racers.
They're now 41-13.
Yeah. Solomine looks back towards second, now fires home and misses outside again. They're not coming anywhere near the inner half against Snow. And now Eric's got himself a hitter's count, 3-1. 4-3 Tigers, top of the fifth. Auburn, the visiting team. So we're in the top of the fifth. Solomine again delivers. And there is a fly ball to left. Well hit. Back goes Apple. That's over his head. Short hops the wall. Rounding third and scoring is McMurray. Snow slides in or glides into second with a stand-up double. Snow's second double of the game. And the Tigers lead by 2 again. It is 5-3 on the 14th double of the year by Eric Snow.
Apple's first step was in, and he was in trouble because that ball was ripped to left by Snow over Apple's head.
So, second RBI for Snow. Another multi-hit game for Eric. And now here's Bub Terrell with Snow at second and 1 out. Pitch to Terrell. Missed outside, 1-0. So the doubles parade continues tonight for the guys in gray. Solomine's pitch. Terrell flies it to right center, but he got under it. Center fielder Russell. Oh, cut in front of by Taylor, the right fielder, who makes the catch closer to center than right. He puts it away for the second out. Snow, though, alert, base running. He tags, moves over to third with 2 down.
Now, Eric got off the bag, but quickly got back to the second base bag. And when Taylor stepped in front of Russell, Snow tagged and went to third base on the play.
5-3 Auburn, top of the fifth. Snow at third with 2 outs and Chase Freilich the batter. 1 time through the order against Solomine. Freilich, the first guy to face him in the third inning. He popped up to center, and the first pitch is in there for a strike.
Auburn
and
wanted balk.
Yeah, they sure did.
I'm not sure he came set, ever. I don't think he came set. Snow came down the line, and Auburn is saying he never came set. And not a one of the officials, not a one of the umpires saw it.
Nobody was watching it.
Yeah, he didn't. He did not come set.
Freilich's going to go get some spray.
He kept bouncing out there and never did come fully set.
They just weren't watching it,
No,
were
they weren't. Nope.
Now this will pull Barquette, the third baseman. I thought they were going to pull him a little closer to the bag at third, but he doesn't. He backs up, and that's going to allow Snow to dance further down that line and try to get into the field of vision again. Solomine does come set, and he deals and misses low, a ball and a strike. A run in the inning. Tigers want a little more. 1-1 pitch to Freilich. High, 2-1. Doubles by McMurray and Snow here in the fifth.
7 doubles on the night for Auburn.
7 of the 9 hits. Here's the 2-1 to Freilich. Outside, not close, 3-1. They play him to pull on the infield without the shift. There's a lot of room to the right of the bag at second. 3-1 pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. And now the count is full. Outfield plays Freilich the other way. And now the payoff pitch to the Auburn catcher. Popped him up. Shallow left center. Center fielder coming on. That's Russell. He makes the catch and the inning is over. Auburn gets 1 on 2 hits. No errors. Tigers leave a runner stranded at third. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Auburn 5, Stetson 3. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
You're listening to Auburn Baseball at the NCAA Regionals. Now, back to Plainsman Park for more of the Tigers and Stetson.
There's so much on the line in the Saturday winners bracket game of a regional. It's a difference in 1 more game or maybe 3 more games to win it. The difference in winning or losing this ball game. Auburn takes a 5-3 lead into the bottom of the 5th. Samuel Dutton back out there, battled. The last 2 innings, Stetson has put the first 2 batters on base. They've only managed 3 total runs out of that. Top of the order, and Barquette gets it started here in the 5th. The 3rd look at Dutton for the Stetson hitters. Hatters went 41-20 coming into tonight's game, 19-11 in road and neutral site games. And Barquette, the junior third baseman, takes the first pitch a little low, maybe a little away, 1-0. Cade Fisher has been loosening in the bullpen for Auburn. Pitch swung on and missed. Got to the floor with a fastball at 91.
That pitch to right-hand hitters has really been effective tonight, getting it in and down to the righties.
1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Breaking ball up the middle, under the glove of Rembert, who is shading him towards second base. Just bounced right back up the middle by Barquette for a base hit. Now let's see if he does any running. 31 stolen bases. He's been caught 6 times. They've not been as eager to run with these leadoff base runners the last 2 innings. They're not 2 of the bigger base stealers on the team, though. Barquette is, so we'll see if he's going to try to run on Freilich. Tying run at the plate, bottom of the 5th inning. De La Cruz, throw to first. Might see a few of these.
As a team, Auburn has 4 pickoffs, none by Dutton.
Pitch clock at 10 as Dutton comes set. And another throw to first. De La Cruz has grounded to short twice. Might be another reason to start the runner. At least try for Auburn to shorten his lead. Pitch is up and in. Fastball. 1-0.
Fisher continues to work in the Auburn pen.
Dutton trying to get the Tigers through 5 with the lead. 1-0. Up and in again. 2 balls, no strikes. De La Cruz 0 for 2. Barquette a single up the middle. Short lead at first. Pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike. Through the curve. 2-1. Dutton so steady, so consistent for the Tigers this year. Another throw to first. Runner chased back. His last outing, 7 runs, 6 hits, only 3 innings against Ole Miss. 4 innings against South Carolina last time we saw him here at Plainsman Park. Before that, there's a called strike, 2-2 to De La Cruz. Before that, 5 outings in a row of at least 5 2/3. Now here comes the crowd behind Dutton. The 2-2 pitch to De La Cruz on the way. Hit to third. Snow, gloves, goes to second for 1. Rembert to first. Double play. 5-4-3.
Just the third double play that De La Cruz has hit into this season. And let me tell you what, Snow to Rembert to McMurray, and that was a relatively easy double play for Auburn.
It was hit sharply. It was hit on one hop out to Snow, so they had time, but strong arms from both Snow and Rembert, strong, accurate throws, and whew, yeah. Now that flips things a little bit. Base is empty, 2 outs. And Miola, the hitter, he swings to the first pitch. Oh. Stopped by Fabian. Dives for the stop. Throws to first. He's out. And the crowd responds. Defensive play of the game presented by Cook's Pest Control. Don't forget to add pest control to your lineup. Keep mosquitoes away. Protect against termites. Clear cobwebs. Your spring or summer cleaning's not done until you call Cook's Pest Control. Auburn infield flashed the leather in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs for Stetson, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left through 5. Still 5-3 Tigers, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As Auburn comes to the plate in the 6th with the 9-1-2 hitters coming up, Stetson goes to its bullpen, a pepper tree pitching change, and they go to their closer, Tyler Van Dyke, senior right-hander, 6'2", 255 from Eustis, Florida. Listen to these numbers, 7-0 on the year, a 1.04 earned run average. This will be his team-leading 27th appearance in relief. He has a team-leading 9 saves. 43 1/3 innings, 7 runs, 5 earned on 27 hits, 65 strikeouts, only 15 walks. He has given up just 2 homers, and opponents are hitting 173 against Van Dyke. In the A-Sun, Van Dyke was 4-0 with a .39 earned run average.
Yeah.
So Stetson, after 2 good innings of work by Solimene, goes to its closer in this winner's bracket game, and Auburn leading 5-3.
This reminds me of what Auburn did game 3 at Ole Miss with Hetzler, bringing him in when he did. And I don't know if they thought he was going to go the last 5 innings, but there are different times at which a game needs to be saved. And for Stetson, they want to keep Auburn right where it is offensively. And so the first pitch from Van Dyke screams in there at 93. Carter fouls it back to the net, 0-1.
Numbers on Solimene, 2 1/3 innings, a run on 3 hits. No strikeouts, no walks.
Top of the 6th. 9-1 and 2 hitters. Carter takes a strike. A slider. And Van Dyke quickly ahead of Auburn's center fielder, 0-2. Bristol is lined out to short and grounded out to third, 0-2. That's strike 3. Whether he win or not, it's a called third strike. And there's out number 1. Good slider, good fastball from the Stetson closer. They didn't have to use him yesterday, never really had to threaten to use him yesterday. They got out to the big lead over NC State.
This guy's got a fastball, slider, a splitter, and a curveball. Fastball up to 95.
Here's Rembert, first pitch, slider, strike 1.
Lefties hitting 308 against Van Dyke. Right-handers, .096. 96 against this guy.
Yeah. 0-1, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. He's thrown nothing but strikes here in the top of the 6th. Delivery. Swung on and missed. He got Rembert lunging over into the left-handed batter's box. 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts. And now here's Derek Fabian, who bunted for a single in his first at-bat. His first at-bat was in the 4th inning. He came on defensively in the bottom of the 3rd. Eric Guevara had to be taken out of the game. So Fabian came in to play short. Eric Snow moved over to 3rd. This is Fabian's second at bat. First pitch to him. Strike 1. Tried to check his swing. Well, maybe, yeah. Tried to check his swing, but couldn't. And it's 0-1. 7 pitches, 7 strikes for Van Dyke. Corner infielders come in on the first pitch. Now they step back. Now Barquette can't decide. Now in again, the pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. Auburn fans didn't think so. Van Dyke, senior right-hander, fires. Check swing, foul ball. Still 0-2. Still nothing but strikes. Fabian with a nifty play, sliding to his left to make a stop on a ground ball to get the 3rd out in the 5th. Now he's up there in the top of the 6th, the 0-2. Slider, missed down and away. That's the first pitch outside the strike zone from Van Dyke. His 10th pitch of the inning. Tigers lead 5-3. Pitch home. Strike 3. Fastball outside corner, 93. 3 strikeouts. Van Dyke strikes out the side in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the inning. 5-3. Tigers in front. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Auburn baseball in the postseason. Now back to the NCAA Regional at Plainsman Park.
And the Tigers lead this NCAA Regional at Plainsman Park 5-3. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, it is Moran, Apple, and Taylor, middle third of the order, due up against Samuel Dutton, who is back out there to start the 6th. The Dutton, 74 pitches. His dad, Gary, celebrating a birthday today. Got to be pleased. His son has battled tonight 3 runs, 6 hits to this point. And Moran stands in to get things started here for the Hatters in the bottom of the 6th. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Dutton. And the pitch, inside corner, strike 1. Moran is 1 for 2. He has singled. He has bounced to second. Left-handed hitter, pitch from Dutton. Breaking ball, line, caught by Rembert at second. 1 away. Conecuh Sausage is the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers.
Sure is.
Conecuh Sausage is a game day favorite. Always great on the grill. Pick up a pack at your local grocery store or visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama, off I-65 at exit 96. 1 out, nobody on. Apple, the batter. Pitch. Pops one up right side. Out of play. On the roof of the 984 club, 0-1. Butch Thompson, before the game, talked about maybe plan A being Dutton for 6, Hetzler for 3. Now Dutton's 1 out into the 6th. 0-1 pitch. Apple takes it down and in for ball 1. Freshman from Chapin, South Carolina. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. He got to be juiced playing in his first regional. Dutton's ahead of him, a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the crowd. Samuel winds, plants, fires, and misses low with a fastball, 2-2.
Velocity still there for Dutton, 92 on that fastball.
So we'll try again, the 2-2. Low again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. ...81 pitches. And Nate White needs some new baseballs. This is the first 3-ball count since Apple walked 2 innings ago. It's his 5th of the game. Payoff pitch to the left fielder. Line, caught, first baseman McMurray.
Perfectly placed. Well off the line, and I mean a bullet right to Cooper McMurray.
So a soft liner to Rembert, followed by a hard liner to McMurray. And there are 2 down with nobody on. For Jordan Taylor, the right fielder, he's 1 for 2.
First time he has retired the first 2 batters in an inning since setting down Stetson in order in the 2nd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, retired 6 in a row to start the ball game. Pitch to Taylor, breaking ball and a beauty, 0-1. Swung on and missed by the right fielder, who's 2 for 7 on the weekend. An RBI single for Taylor in the 4th. Pitch, another breaking ball, topped, foul, 0-2. He has been way out in front of that curveball. He may get another one here.
What about busting him inside with a fastball?
Not a bad idea either. A lot of options, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Missed high with a fastball, 1-2.
Now I'd go back to the off-speed pitch outside. Get it there.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 6th inning. Pitch home. Low. Fastball bounced up there. 2-2.
Chase Fralick calls the pitches. He has all season long. And an Auburn freshman.
Dutton, the senior, both in their first year with the program. And here is the 2-2 pitch to Taylor. Just got a piece of it, fouled it back to the backstop.
About midway through the season, Chase Fralick did a press conference as Auburn got ready for an SEC weekend, and we asked him about calling pitches, and he said, no one shakes off more signs than Samuel Dutton.
Man's got a plan. 2-2. Swung and fouled away. Tried to get back to the breaking ball there. Taylor stayed with it, followed it down, fouled it off. Good battle. Dutton trying to pull the Tigers through 6 innings, leading 5-3. Here comes another 2-2 offering. On the way. Fouled away again.
He's trying to get that fastball down. I don't think he's getting it far enough in.
Mm-hmm.
And Taylor's battling him here with the 3-2 count.
Still got some options at 2-2 with nobody on and 2 outs. Pitch. Breaking ball missed low. That time Taylor laid off of it. And the count is full. It is 10 o'clock Central on the last day of May. And Dutton wants a new baseball, so we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Three-two pitch to Taylor, swung on and missed, and Dutton struck him out.
Fastball outside corner and down.
It was a long battle, and Dutton ultimately won it. And the crowd comes to their feet as Auburn comes off the field. 3 up, 3 down go the Hatters in the 6th. 5-3 Auburn through 6 at Plainsman Park. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Auburn University, we're not just learners, we're doers. In every corner of the state, Auburn men and women put knowledge to work, fueling the state's economy and building healthier, more prosperous communities. We partner with local leaders to solve local challenges and create access to opportunities that benefit all. To learn how Auburn's at work in your community, visit auburn.edu/acrossalabama. This message is sponsored by Auburn University, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
Ty Van Dyke, the closer, back out there for a second inning of relief for Stetson as they try to keep Auburn close here. Tigers lead 5-3 through 6, and 3 lefties in a row are guys who hit left. The Irish McMurray and the switch-hitting Steele due up against the Stetson closer, Ty Van Dyke. Auburn leads by 2. Let's turn it back over as the birds are flying high to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Van Dyke struck out Carter, Rembert, and DeFabian, all 3 right-handed hitters. Righties are hitting under 0.95 against this guy. Lefties are hitting over 300 against him. Ike Irish is the first of the lefties, and the first pitch floats in and outside for ball 1 for Ike. 1-4-3 with a double and a run scored. Van Dyke the pitch. Ike fouled back a high fastball. A ball and a strike.
Twelve times Van Dyke has gone 2 innings or more this year. Twice he's gone 3.
1-1. Irish to the left side. 2 hops to Barquette to first. Low and out. Nicely dug over there by Landon Moran.
Kind of an in-between hop for Barquette to come and charge and field, but Moran was the star of that play defensively to handle the hop.
It was not an easy hop for him over there.
No.
But he made it. One out for McMurray. Cooper's had a night, friends. He is 3 for 3 with 3 doubles, 2 runs scored, and a run batted in. Van Dyke, the wind in the pitch. Foul back on a fastball. 92 on the fastball from Van Dyke.
This guy's numbers are just ridiculous. He's given up 1 earned run since April 27th.
Oh, 0-1 to McMurray. Here comes the pitch. Cooper chops it off of his foot. An off-speed delivery. And it's quickly 0-2.
And only 2 earned runs since March 5th.
He has thrown 1 pitch out of the strike zone since coming in the 6th. He struck out the side there, got Irish to bounce out to open the 7th. And he's quickly ahead of Cooper McMurray, a ball or no balls and 2 strikes. And Cooper trying to walk off as he fouled that one off his foot. Shift is on the right side of the infield. Here is the 0-2. It misses high with a fastball. A ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn first baseman. Raised his average to 336 with the 3 doubles tonight. 1-2. Ball 2 outside. McMurray leads Auburn with 58 runs batted in. He has 14 home runs. Tigers lead 5-3. 1 out in the top of the 7th. Two-two pitch. Ball 3. Just missed outside, maybe a little low. Full count to the Auburn first baseman. The switch hitting Lucas Steele waits on deck. Wind in the 3-2. McMurray fouled back a fastball. One down for Auburn. The Tigers, the visiting squad tonight. Auburn bats in the top of the 7th. 3-2 pitch. Miss low. Good at bat by Cooper and McMurray. And a walk, just the 9th of the year by Van Dyke.
He had not walked anyone in 4 straight outings. Last time he walked a batter was against Jacksonville back on May 11th. He had gone 5 innings over 4 appearances, 6 innings over, 5, including his work tonight in between walks.
Here's Lucas Steele, 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. McMurray gets his lead at first. The pitch. Steele fouls it back. 94 on the fastball from Van Dyke. Just in case you're wondering, Stetson has 12 pickoffs this season, none by Van Dyke. As McMurray gets his lead, the pitch. Steele went after a high fastball and came up empty. 0-2.
Yeah, both those pitches have been high. Steele fouled the first one off. That time he couldn't get to that one. And now a lot of opportunity here for Dyke. He can go with just about anything in his arsenal.
Van Dyke comes set. The 0-2. Way outside. Perez lunged for that one. A ball and 2 strikes to Steele. 5 runs, 9 hits for Auburn, 3 runs, 6 hits for Stetson. We're in the top of the 7th in this winner's bracket game. The winner moves on to the championship round tomorrow evening at 6. 1-2. Steele swings and misses. Down and away. That may have been the splitter.
Mm-hmm. He got out ahead of him with fastballs up in the zone, and so the splitter down really took advantage of the north-south part of the zone.
His 4th strikeout, and here is Eric Snow. Snow is 2 for 3 with a couple doubles and 2 runs batted in. Righties really struggle against this guy. Snow bats with 2 outs. McMurray gets his lead, the pitch. Off the end of the bat and to the right side. It gets through for a hit. Here's McMurray on his way to 3rd. And the throw comes in and it sails. And Snow goes to 2nd on the play. McMurray had no chance to score.
No, it ricocheted off the camera well.
And Stetson's fortunate that ball didn't get into the dugout, and McMurray scores on the play.
That's exactly right. Boy, a 3-hit game for Eric Snow. Doing something that only a handful of right-handed hitters have done this year, and that's get a hit off of Van Dyke.
I loved seeing McMurray go into third on that ball that just got through and took one hop over De La Cruz.
It hit the grass. It hit the edge of the grass in right field and took one last high, tricky hop over the glove.
All right, here's Bub Terrell with runners at second and third and 2 down. The stretch and the pitch. High, ball 1. Bub doubled home a run in the second, walked in the third, flied out to right in the 5th. A base hit could double Auburn's lead. The Tigers lead 5-3 in the 7th. Stretch by Van Dyke. Here's the pitch. Down and low. And in the dirt and blocked by Perez. 2-0 to Terrell. First base is open. There's another lefty coming up in Fralick. As Van Dyke has fallen behind Bub Terrell, 2 balls and no strikes. Bub is 3 for 5 on the weekend with 4 runs batted in. Van Dyke comes set. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. He was behind that fastball. 2-1. That's a fastball. You don't try and turn that one around.
Right. That may have been high, too. It may have been ball 3.
This is senior against freshman. Van Dyke, the senior. Terrell, the freshman, the pitch. Strike 2. Fastball in. 2-2 the count. All right, Bub, you got a battle here, big guy.
Got to look for the splitter. That's what he used to get the strikeout of Steele. Got him to chase one high early in the count and then low for strike 3.
Van Dyke comes set in the 2-2. Fouled just to the left of the Auburn dugout off the screen. Tried to sneak a fastball by Terrell, who got a piece of it. A walk to McMurray. He's at third. A single for Snow went to second on a throwing error by the right fielder, Taylor. 2-2 to Bub Terrell. Here's the pitch. Down and in and blocked by Perez, and the count goes full.
Just work more pitches out of this guy. He's at 31 right now.
That's a good point, Brad.
You want to get the runs and double that lead, obviously. But at least these patient at-bats, you're getting more pitches out of their closer.
3-2 pitch to Terrell. Second and third, 2 outs. Here it is. Swing. Fly ball. Deep into left field. Apple back at the warning track. It's off the top of the wall. 2-run score. Terrell is on his way to second with the double. The freshman beat the senior and doubles Auburn's lead.
On a 3-2 pitch, and he took the best shot from the Stetson closer and went the other way for another double and more RBIs for Bub Terrell.
3rd run scored tonight by McMurray. Snow comes home to score as well. Terrell now 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in. And the head coach is out to talk it over with Van Dyke. This just doesn't happen to this guy, Brad. It just doesn't happen.
You got to go back and find the last time he allowed multiple runs. It's happened once this year. It was against Indiana on March 1st. You mentioned before the inning, Andy, that righties haven't done very much against him, but Auburn had some pretty good left-handed hitters coming up in this inning. And, oh, by the way, Eric Snow, who's as hot as anybody on the club right now.
Who bounced one through the right side, kept the inning alive. And then Terrell doubled off the War Eagle wall and left to give Auburn a 7-3 lead.
6 ribbies for Terrell in the first 2 games of this regional.
Here is Fralick, 0 for 3 on the night. Van Dyke comes set. Here's the pitch. Ball 1 just a little bit low.
This is just, 34 pitches now to the closer. Let's say Auburn goes on and wins tonight. Stetson's got to play NC State. You can play these guys again tomorrow.
Easy. It's easily see that happening. Here's the 1-0. Fraley watches it sail outside. 2-0 the count. A ground out by Irish. A walk by McMurray. A strikeout by Steele. A single by Snow and a double by Terrell, and Auburn leads it 7-3. We're in the top half of the 7th with 2 outs and a runner at second. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3 inside. Fralick completes one time through the order against Tyler Van Dyke. 3 balls and no strikes the count. Stretched by Van Dyke in the pitch. Strike call. Center fielder Russell is playing really deep.
Boy, he really is.
Left fielder Apple is playing deep. Right fielder Taylor is playing deep.
With 2 outs, a bloop easily scores Terrell.
Here is the 3-1-2. Fralick on the way. Ball, strike call on a pitch at the ankles.
Ooh.
Please give us that one in the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, mark that one and file it away.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Good to see Eric Guevara back in the Auburn dugout.
Yes, it is.
3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Terrell gets his lead. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Good pitch underneath the hands to Fralick, and the inning comes to a close. Auburn gets 2 big runs here in the 7th on 2 hits, an error, and a man left. 7th inning stretch time at the ballpark. Your score. Auburn 7, Stetson 3. Samuel Dutton back to the hill for Auburn as Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Atmore is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Atmore. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
For Auburn, 2 runs in the 2nd, 2 runs in the 3rd, a run in the 5th, and 2 more in the 7th. A single run for Stetson in the 3rd and 2 more in the 4th. Auburn leads 7-3, 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 7 men left on for Auburn. 3 runs, 6 hits, an error, and 3 men left on base for Stetson. And Sam Dutton back to work in the 7th. 91 pitches deep. He gets the bottom third of the order. Griffiths, Russell, and Perez. And the Auburn bullpen is fully activated.
Ryan Hetzler.
Mm-hmm. Sam Dutton waiting for the signal as he put a glove up to his pitch comm. And let's make sure that it's working properly.
He had I think 10 seconds on the pitch clock, so he wasn't in dire straits there.
Griffiths doubled and scored in the 3rd, struck out looking in the 4th. The pitch. A little bit up. 1-0. Capacity crowd groans at that call after a couple of the strikes that were called against Fralick to end the top half of this inning. Pitch on the way. There's a curveball for a strike. 1-1.
To still be able to throw that curve at 93 pitches working into the 7th inning.
It's the reason he's still working into the 7th inning. 1-1 to Griffiths. Swing and a miss at the fastball down.
And to still be able to keep the fastball down.
His career high 102 pitches against Mississippi State on April 25th. He has twice pitched 7 innings for Auburn this season. Now the 1-2 to Griffiths. Here it is. A little bit up with a fastball, 2-2. Seven to 3, Auburn leads it. Winner moves on to the championship round tomorrow at 6. The loser gets North Carolina State tomorrow at 2. The pitch just got a piece of it on an off-speed delivery. Griffiths does enough to stay alive.
Really good curveball.
Dutton has struck out 3. He's walked 2 on the night.
These 3, Griffiths, Russell, Perez, they would complete the 3rd time through the order.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Evan Griffiths. Line and pitch. On a hop to Fabian. Stays down on that one, flips to first for the out.
That ball had backspin. He was underneath it. Hit it with backspin, so a slower path out to Fabian after the first bounce. Derek did a good job to read that, cheat in a couple of extra steps, and glove it before a second bounce.
And the read on that is key on that play. Yeah. 1 out. Here is Landon Russell. Walked in the 3rd, was stranded at 3rd. Reached on a single and drove home a run in the 4th. Right-handed hitter. Pitch from Dutton. Fastball, curveball, inside corner, strike 1. Dutton shakes off a sign. And again. And again. Pitch clock is 7. The 0-1. Just missed the outside corner. 1-1. Anything close, and you're going to hear this Auburn crowd the rest of the night, friends. If you're not joining in, where you are. 1-1 to Russell out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Here's the pitch. Popped up right side. That'll get out of play.
Quick update, Yellowwood School Board, a couple of other hosts moving on. Arkansas beat Creighton 12-1, and North Carolina handled Oklahoma 11-5. So Oklahoma will face Nebraska for a second time on the weekend in an elimination game tomorrow.
A ball and 2 strikes the count. Samuel Dutton with 14 on the pitch clock. Finally gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into right. Ike Irish back and to his right. Plenty of room. 2 outs. (7-3) Auburn leads it. 2 outs and nobody on. And Samuel Dutton is within 1 out of tying a career high tonight.
What kind of ovation if he can get Perez here.
He is 1 pitch away from tying his career high in pitches. He's at 101. He's 1 out away from tying his career high in outing at 7 innings. Perez 0 for 1 on the night. Line in the pitch. Slider for the strike. That wasn't the curve. That was the slider.
After watching what Carson Myers did last night, that had to be inspirational to the rest of the guys who get out there on the mound.
0-1 pitch. Slider that missed outside. An appeal. He did not go. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Another outstanding crowd in and outside this ballpark tonight. And they await the 1-1 pitch from Dutton to Perez. Here it is. Fastball. Didn't get the low strike. 2-1.
Another record-setting crowd tonight, Andy. 7,434.
2-1 pitch. Didn't get the call. 3-1.
That was close.
And Dutton knows it.
Yep.
Dutton's frustrated with that call by the home plate umpire, Nate White. Three and one, Perez. Barquette, the leadoff man, waits on deck. Here's the wind in the pitch. Fastball down the middle. Count goes full. A mock crowd, or a mock cheer, by the 7,434.
He may get another one.
They come to their feet in the bottom of the 7th. The wind, the pitch. A little bit up. Dutton wanted to strike anyway. Sam is really upset, and the home plate umpire takes his mask off and points at the Auburn pitcher.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. You know, there's no reason to do that as the home plate umpire. That's going to instigate trouble.
It sure enough will. No reason to do it.
You don't see Dutton do that ever either. And now Butch Thompson's going to come out.
Yeah, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
As Everett Tiefert comes out of there as well. And I'm tell you what, if I'm Butch Thompson, I'm getting after the home plate umpire here because he just showed up my pitcher.
Who's had a terrific night and is about, in all likelihood, I don't know. I was going to say he may be coming out of the game.
I think Everett Tiefert's just going to go talk to him right here.
Just to try to settle him down.
Yeah. But
Not a
very
bad idea.
big at bat right here with the very dangerous Isaiah Barquette coming up. And what instigates this even more is that 2 straight pitches to Fralick at the end of this last inning were out of the strike zone and were called strike 3s. And then Auburn doesn't get the call here with 2 outs in the bottom of the inning. And that's what instigates it even more.
Well, and for Nate White, he's got to know there's a different way to deliver your message to an emotional senior who's frustrated with your strike zone.
Well,
than to point at him and walk toward him.
This is a slightly huge situation right here.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, have a little awareness.
All right, here's Isaiah Barquette. 1-4-3 on the night with a single. Perez, the catcher at first, he has 1 stolen base as Dutton comes set. He stretches and pitches and misses outside. Dutton now a career-high 108 pitches. The emotion's running a little bit high right now as Dutton tries to get through the bottom of the 7th. He comes set. Here's the pitch.
Yes.
Didn't get that call either.
Unbelievable. And the home plate umpire's looking for stuff.
Yeah,
now.
he really is.
He's daring Samuel to say something to him.
Yeah, he sure is. He's trying to bait the pitcher. 2-0 the count.
He stepped out from behind the plate and took a step
he
forward.
Sure did. Got to fight through it. Stretch. Throw to first. Perez is back. Carl Nonamaker out of the Auburn dugout. Sets the Auburn defense. Bullpen is ready if needed. Stretch. Throw to first again. Runner back.
A little extra on those throws over to first, too.
Two balls and no strikes to Isaiah Barquette. 2 outs and a runner at first. The pitch. Strike. And that home plate umpire deserves every bit of this crowd right now. Every single bit of it. 2-1. Perez at first with 2 down in the 7th. Dutton comes set. Here's the 2-1. Fly ball, right field, long run. Irish near the line. He didn't get it. The ball falls. Runner around third. Perez will score. And it's a 5 or 7-4 Auburn lead. A double down the right field line by Barquette. Ike Irish went a long way to get to this one.
Yep. Long run. Tried to make a sliding catch.
He was there. He just couldn't get a glove on the ball. And that will be all for Samuel Dutton, who should be in the dugout with 7 innings of work tonight.
Boy.
The most important thing is Stetson cuts into the lead.
What a response this crowd is going to give to Samuel Dutton. What a season. And hopefully we see him again here next weekend. But he's going to get a standing ovation.
As Auburn goes to the bullpen, Auburn will go to Ryan Hetzler, and listen to the crowd. for Samuel Dutton. He leaves with Auburn leading by a score of 7-4. The Tigers make a Ford F-150 call to the bullpen.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's a nice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
It is Ryan Hetzler, Auburn's closer. The transfer from Cal Baptist, sophomore right-hander out of Corona, California. 5'11", 176. And he has been the guy for the Tigers this year. 2-0, a 3.98 earned run average, 17 appearances, 31 2/3 innings, 30 hits, 15 runs, 14 of them earned, only 4 walks, 22 strikeouts, and teams are batting .250 against Ryan Hetzler. When we last saw him, he went the last 5 innings against Ole Miss. Auburn brought him into the ballgame in a situation where the game needed saving in the middle part of the game. And he shut down the Ole Miss bats who had been so good all weekend long. Hetzler earned his second win in that game. He has 7 saves, which lead the team. Hetzler is on for Samuel Dutton.
And a pinch hitter for Stetson. They go to Jaden Hilton, 6'5", 219, a right-handed hitter, an outfielder, listed as an outfielder out of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Hilton hitting .205 with 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. The pitch. Strike on the inside corner.
Dutton 6 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 111 pitches, 70 strikes.
Runner at second, 2 down. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 to Hilton. Two outs, a runner at second. The 0-2 pitch from Hetzler to Hilton. Here it is. Bounced up there, blocked by Fralick. Good block by Fralick, and that keeps the runner down at second base. That's a really good runner down there in Barquette.
Yeah, he'll score on a base hit with 2 outs in the inning. He's moving on contact. Hetzler here with 2 strikes. He can go fastball. He can go slider again. The slider's been the out pitch most of the year.
A ball and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter, Hilton. Hetzler off the stretch in the pitch. Missed outside, 2-2. An Auburn record crowd, 7,434. Following another Auburn record crowd last night. Auburn leads it 7-4. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2, the count to Hilton. Stretch in the pitch. Ball 3 outside. Count goes full. Lorenzo Miola in the on-deck circle for the Hatters.
Yep, those last 2 just haven't been close enough to get the swing.
Ryan Hetzler in relief of Samuel Dutton comes set. 3-2 pitch to Hilton. Line drive into right field. It's down for a hit. Runner around third will come home to score. The throw home not in time, and it's a 2-run game on the pinch hit single to right by Jaden Hilton. And that run is charged to Dutton. And it's a 2-run ball game.
Ike had to make a calculated decision there. Do you try to dive for that, make the play? And if it gets by him, it's extra bases. And now Hilton's in scoring position. As it was, he tried to play it on the hop and throw the runner out at home, but too much speed.
Here's Lorenzo Miola, their leading home run guy, with 11. The pitch to him. Strike. What stings even more is that Hetzler got ahead of Hilton 0-2. and then ran the count to 3-2, and then a nice job of hitting by Hilton to go the opposite way and get that run home. It's a 7-5 Auburn lead. Stretch. Long set, the pitch. Miola chops it third base side. It's going to be a tough play. No play at all for Snow. And the tying run is aboard for Stetson. Up the third baseline, Auburn had no chance.
Got it in on the hands. I think he put it where he wanted the pitch. Weak contact from Miola, but Snow playing back at third. No chance to make a play.
Looks like we'll get a pinch runner. Nelfi Lopez comes in to run for Hilton, and Lopez may stay in the ballgame. He is an infielder. Going to have to get somebody out there to replace De La Cruz at second base. First and second with 2 outs. All of this started on a rather controversial walk to Danny Perez with 2 down here in the 7th inning. Pitch on the way. Inside, maybe a little bit high to Moran. 1-4-3 on the night. Lopez at second and Miola at first. 7-5 Auburn leads. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 2 down. The pitch. Hitting. And the bases are loaded. Lopez to third, Miola to second, and Moran to first.
He is the 5th straight batter to reach, and it started with that walk to the number 9 hitter.
And the bases are loaded now for Foster Apple. And that will bring the Auburn pitching coach out of the dugout, Everett Teaford.
Apple is hitting 200 this year with the bases loaded. 299 with runners in scoring position, 200 with the bases loaded.
Auburn has Watts and Fisher in the bullpen.
And John Armstrong is up there starting to get loose as well.
The bases are loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Auburn's lead down to 2, 7-5. Foster Apple is 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. He scored a run. Stretch. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Oh, and 1 the count to Apple. Freshman out of Chapin, South Carolina, the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Pitch diving down.
That may have been a changeup.
7,434 starts to come to its feet. Hetzler comes set. 0-2 pitch to Apple on the way. Line drive off the screen to the right. Count remains 0-2.
Do you continue to go after him, or do you try to make him chase the slider away?
Ryan Hetzler comes set, bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch to Apple. Ground ball to Snow at third. He gets to the bag for the out. The inning comes to a close. And Auburn goes to the dugout with the lead. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. The bases left loaded. We're through 7 in this winner's bracket game in the Auburn NCAA Regional. Auburn on top by a score of 7-5. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the orthopedic clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options. But if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the orthopedic clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment 334-749-8303 or visit theorthoclinic.com.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Auburn's lead is cut to 2. And the Tigers come to the plate in the 8th. Nelfi Lopez, who came in as a pinch runner in the bottom of the 7th, stays in the game and replaces De La Cruz at second base. Tyler Van Dyke back to work for Stetson. And he will get the 9 1-2 hitters. This is what he started with back in the 6th. And he struck out Carter, Rembert, and Fabian. All right-handed hitters.
Yeah.
He is at 39 pitches right now. And he rocks and fires. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was outside. Bristol on the night is 0-for-3. He's lined to short, grounded to third, and struck out swinging.
Catcher having pitch comm issues.
And he gets a replacement.
So both teams' closers are now a bunch of pitches deep into this ball game.
Yeah, that's 40 pitches now for Van Dyke. And
Hetzler threw 14. It felt like a lot more than 14.
Sure did, yeah. And I guess they need another pitch con. And they will get another one.
Really
for the catcher.
Really
Danny
handy way to
Perez.
speed up the game.
Perez nods. Yep, ready to go. Moran, Lopez, Miola, and Barquette on the infield with Perez coming in, or rather Lopez coming in to replace De La Cruz. 0-1 to Bristol, the pitch. He shows bunt and
Whoa.
almost gets hit in the head. He squared the bunt and had to jump down, fall down to not get hit in the upper torso by Van Dyke. 1-1 the count. I don't think he was trying to hit him, but he certainly was trying to move him off the plate. 1-1 the count. Wind and the pitch. Miss low. 2-1 the count.
Came back with that slider down, and Carter did well to lay off that.
Carter, Rembert, and Fabian for Auburn here in the 8th. The Tigers lead 7-5. The pitch. Carter chops it to the right side on a hop to the first baseman, to the bag for the out.
Second look at him now for the top of the order.
And here's Rembert, 0-for-4 on the night. His second look at Tyler Van Dyke. He struck out on 3 pitches in the 6th. Rembert, 1-for-9 in the regional. Wind in the pitch. Fastball and a strike. One out, nobody on for Auburn in the 8th. Tigers lead 7-5. 0-1. Miss low and away, 1-1 the count. Outfield just about straight away with Rembert at the plate. Infield is back. Here's the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. North Carolina State awaits the loser of this ball game tomorrow at 2. The winner moves on to the championship round tomorrow night at 6. 2-1 pitch. Rembert into right. Long run for Taylor. He is there near the line and makes the catch in foul ground. 2 down.
Their outfielders cover a lot of ground. There's so much speed, particularly with Russell in center and Taylor in right.
And here is Fabian. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the celebrations this season, whether you're buying or selling tickets. SeatGeek, the place to do it. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Tigers. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Fabian bats with 2 outs, takes the first pitch off the inside corner for strike 1.
Sure.
Derek is 1 for 3 since coming in for an injured Eric Guevara in the 4th. A bunt single. A swinging single in the 4th pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. He struck out looking against Van Dyke in the 6th, and now is behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Would love to get Ike Irish in a second opportunity here in the 8th inning against this guy. 0-2 pitch to Fabian. Foul back here on the fastball. Seven runs on 11 hits, 7 men left on for Auburn. 5 runs, 9 hits in air, and 6 men left for Stetson.
The next pitch for Van Dyke is his 51st. That's the most of the year.
0-2, miss low. A ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn shortstop, Derek Fabian. Bottom half of the 8th, 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up for Stetson. Auburn will lead at least 7-5. 1-2 pitch to Fabian. Foul back here. Off-speed pitch. He got a piece of it, fouled it back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. He shakes that right hand. That thumb is bothering him, especially at the plate.
That's why he wasn't in the starting lineup tonight initially. Feels like a long time ago. A lot has happened in this game.
Count remains a ball and 2 strikes to Fabian. Here's the pitch. Got him with a fastball, and the inning comes to a close. 3 up, 3 down for Auburn. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Auburn 7, Stetson 5. As Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
You're listening to Auburn Baseball at the NCAA Regionals. Now, back to Plainsman Park for more of the Tigers and Stetson.
Ryan Hetzler back to work in the bottom of the 8th. Auburn, the visiting squad here tonight. The Tigers lead 7-5. It will be Taylor, Griffiths, and Russell for Stetson against Ryan Hetzler, who threw 14 pitches.
Andy,
the final out in the 7th. Excuse me, Brad.
Sorry, Andy. On the Yellowwood scoreboard, Texas San Antonio leads Texas 8-6 in the top of the 7th in Austin. 7 straight runs for the Roadrunners in that one. And Louisville has grabbed a 3-2 lead at Vanderbilt in the bottom of the 8th inning in Nashville.
Taylor 1 for 3 on the night. His first look at Ryan Hetzler, who winds and fires. Taylor chops it foul at the plate. Against Dutton, he was 1 for 3 with a fly to right, an RBI single to right, and a strikeout swinging. Ryan, the wind and the pitch. Taylor lines it into right field. It is down for a base hit. A leadoff single for Taylor. His second hit of the night. And here's Evan Griffiths. Griffiths doubled and scored in the third. He struck out and he grounded out. Auburn got the first 2 outs in the 7th. Dutton was within a strike on 3 different pitches of getting out of the inning unscathed. And that's when that inning kind of came off the rails. Throw to first, and Taylor is back. He is 22 of 22 stealing bases. And gets a huge lead at first base. As Hetzler comes set. And another throw over, runner back.
That was closer.
Seven to 5 Auburn. We're in the bottom of the 8th. A runner at first. A leadoff single. And the pitch. Misses low to Griffiths. Ryan Hetzler peers in and gets his sign. He comes set, and the 1-0. Fly ball into left. Bub Terrell gives way to the center fielder, Bristol Carter, for the out. And here's Landon Russell. Russell is 1 for 2 on the night. He's been on base twice. He walked in the 3rd. An RBI single in the 4th. And a fly ball to right in the 7th. Taylor gets his lead at first base. 22 stolen bases strong. Throw over, runner back, close but safe.
Griffin Graves has joined John Armstrong in the bullpen for Auburn in case.
Stretch by Hetzler. First pitch to Russell. It misses low. A ball and no strikes. 1 out, a runner at first for Stetson in the bottom of the 8th. Auburn on top 7 to 5. Stretch in the pitch. Missed the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Matthew Heil, a lefty, heads to the bullpen for Stetson. Two balls and no strikes to Russell. The pitch. Strike called on the slider. 2-1. Russell has hit into just 1 double play this season. Good runner with 12 stolen bases. Throw to first. Runner back. Boy, that was close. Maybe the closest it's been, but he got back safely.
Making sure Taylor, if he is going to go, you got to keep him as close as possible. He's got to be sure Hetzler's coming to the plate.
2-1 pitch to Russell. Swing and a miss. Huge swing at an off-speed pitch. 2-2. One out, a runner at first. Bottom of the 8th. Tigers lead by 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Landon Russell from Phoenix City. Throw to first again. Close, but safe.
That time the throw was over just before the lead was complete.
Russell back out to that lead. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball into center. Long run, Bristol Carter. He's there to make the catch. Throw comes back in. Wisely, alertly, Hetzler went to cover second base as the ball was a little bit off the mark, coming back in. 2 outs. Two down, and here's the catcher, Danny Perez. Stetson's going to get its best hitters up before this ball game's over. 2 outs, a runner at first, and Perez at the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Stretch, throw to first, runner back. No tag this time by Cooper McMurray.
And Auburn is too, with Irish due to lead off the
indeed.
top of the ninth.
Throw again to first. Runner back standing up this time. How much deeper does Van Dyke go for Stetson? We'll find out. First pitch to Perez. Nope, another throw over. Runner back. 2-run Auburn lead. 2 down, a runner at first. The leadoff single for Taylor, but flyouts to center by Griffiths and Russell. And there's a strike to Perez.
It was his at-bat that started all the drama in the 7th inning.
Hetzler comes set. Another throw over, runner back. Auburn doing its best to keep Taylor close at first base. 0-1 to Perez. Misses low. A ball and a strike to the Stetson catcher. Stetson 41-20 on the season. Winners of the A-Sun Conference Championship, the tournament. The 1-1 pitch to Perez. Ground ball, base hit into left. Hung an off-speed pitch, and Perez has his first hit, and the tying runs are aboard for Stetson. And here comes Isaiah Barquette.
Yeah, you said it. Just hung a breaking ball. The slider has not been as sharp for Hetzler in this outing as we have seen it other times this year. And that one he left up.
Sam Downey will come in and run for the catcher, Perez. And I think we'll see Anthony Gonzalez coming in to catch in the top of the 9th. Double check and make sure he's the right guy. Nope, Salvador Alvarez was the catcher yesterday. Most importantly, though, Auburn's got to do something with Isaiah Barquette. Runners at first and second and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. The Tigers holding on to a 2-run lead. Barquette is 2 for 4 on the night. As Hetzler comes set in the pitch. Strike.
With that single by Perez, the hits in this game are now even at 11. Auburn stranded 7. Stetson is left 6. They left him loaded last inning.
Hetzler shakes off a sign. Now comes set in the 0-1. Miss low, a ball and a strike to Barquette. Nefi Lopez in the on-deck circle. First and second and 2 outs for Stetson here in the 8th inning. The pitch. Barquette up the middle, caught on a line by Hetzler, and the inning is over. Oh, that's a run if it gets through. And the inning comes to a close. Oh, man. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the 9th. Auburn 7, Stetson 5. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the new look at auburntigers.com. Read the latest feature stories. Get critical game day information and graphics. Search videos and audio. Find out how to get connected by digital and social media or by joining Tigers Unlimited. Shop the AU Photo Store or buy your tickets to the next event on the athletics calendar. auburntigers.com. The official website of Auburn Athletics.
If your day sounds like
we need the report ASAP,
you deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
2 more reps, 2 more.
you deserve this ice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port, Chicago, Illinois.
Three straight lefties coming to the plate for Auburn in the ninth to face the right-hander Tyler Van Dyke. Irish, McMurray, and the switch-hitting Steele. Before we get there, with Auburn leading 7-5, we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Ike Irish is 1 for 4 on the night with a double and a run scored in the third. His second look at Tyler Van Dyke. 53 pitches for Van Dyke as he works to Auburn in the ninth. The Tigers lead Stetson 7-5. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside, ball 1 to Irish.
It's a season-high pitches for the closer, Van Dyke. They brought him in the game in the 6th inning.
Gave up the 2 runs that are the difference in this game back in the 7th. The 1-0 pitch. Irish drives it deep into left field, back into the canyon. That is gone! Gone! 17th round tripper for Ike Irish.
.388 feet. Off the bat at 104. You think he's a little fired up going through that line in the dugout.
And here's McMurray. 8-5 Auburn on top. Just the 3rd home run surrendered this year by Van Dyke. Pitch to Cooper. Curveball. Oh, there's a strike.
Goodness.
A solo blast to left by Ike Irish to lead off the ninth. The pitch. McMurray takes it low, 1-1 the count. All Cooper has done tonight is go 3 for 3 with 3 doubles and 3 runs scored in an RBI. Wind and the 1-1. Missed the outside corner. 2-1 the count to McMurray. Now the 2-1. Cooper chops it to the right side. First baseman backs up, fields and throws to Van Dyke, covering it first for the out. That was a couple big dudes closing in on the first base bag. 1 out.
Butch Thompson reminded him, as he's talked to him all season, about how this weekend run as fast as you can to first base. And we've seen it, man. We've seen full-out sprints on some routine ground balls.
It has been the mantra all season long.
All season, yep.
1 out, 1 in for Auburn. Here's Lucas Steele, who's 0 for 3 on the night. Van Dyke, the wind and the pitch. Curveball. In there for a strike. Two, 3, and 4 hitters for Stetson as Steele awaits and takes the fastball high and outside. For Stetson in the bottom of the ninth, it will be Lopez, Miola, and Moran. Auburn will have at least a 3-run lead. A run home, 1 out here in the top of the ninth. 1-1 pitch. Steele. Check swing. And the third base umpire, Zach Neff, said he went around. One ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. High and outside, 2-2. Two and 2 to Steele. Wind and delivery. Ball 3 high outside. Lucas's home run in the third gave Auburn the lead for good last night. It came from the left side. Three-two pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop was playing there. He flips to first and almost pulled the first baseman off the bag. A bit of a casual throw by Miola, but a nice job by Moran to stay on the bag. 2 outs.
Perfect defensive placement. That's a bouncing ball up the middle for a hit otherwise, but Miola was playing there behind the bag, and he did. He just sort of lightly tossed it over there.
And with 2 down, here's Eric Snow, had one of the big at-bats in this ball game. It came in the 7th. It was a bouncing ball through the right side that bounced over the second baseman's head, kept Auburn's inning alive, and he came home to score. Pitch on the way. Eric takes it inside for ball 1.
3 straight multi-hit games for Snow.
Played both shortstop. Well, he's played second, short, and third for Auburn this weekend. 1-0. Eric swings off the end of the bat into left. Apple is there, and we go to the bottom of the ninth. A leadoff home run by Irish gives Auburn a 3-run lead, 8-5. 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming to the plate in the bottom of the ninth for the Hatters. Auburn 8, Stetson 5. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
To the ninth, the bottom of the ninth. And Auburn leads Stetson 8-5. The Hatters will send up their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Let's see if they send up Lopez, who came on as a pinch runner and stayed in the game to play second base. Whomever will be followed by Miola, then Moran. And we will get a pinch hitter. Johan Desseralt, I believe. No, I take that back. It will be Lopez. All right, so Lopez will bat for the first time tonight. Batting .254 on the season. 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter against the righty Hetzler. With Auburn leading by 3. The first pitch to Lopez. It misses low for ball 1. Hetzler came on for Auburn in the 7th. Worked out of trouble in the 7th and the 8th. 1-0 to Lopez. Swing at the change and a miss. A ball and a strike. Miola and Moran to follow here in the 9th inning. Tigers lead 8-5. The pitch. Lopez swings and misses. At a pitch down and in from Hetzler. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. One ball and 2 strikes to Lopez. Out of the Bronx, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. One out in the 9th. Then here's Lorenzo Miola. Shortstop for the Hatters is 2 for 4 on the night. A strikeout, a single, a ground out, and a single. Righty on righty. Hetzler shakes off a sign. Now gets the one he wants. The wind and the pitch. Strike called in the outside corner. 0-1 the count to Miola. Outfield play straight away. The 0-1 pitch. It missed low. 1-1 the count. That hasn't been a strike with Auburn on the field tonight. 1-1, 2 Miola. Hetzler off the wind in the 1-1 pitch. Chopper foul. A ball and 2 strikes. $7,434 in Auburn. Program record. Making noise here at Plainsman Park. In and around this ballpark. Here's the 1-2 to Miola. On the way. Chopper, third base side. It's foul. One ball and 2 strikes, the count to Miola. Auburn got a huge insurance run to lead off the ninth on the homer by Irish. The 1-2 pitch. It misses high to Miola, 2-2. Ryan Hetzler trying to close it for Dutton. 2-2 pitch to Miola. Here it is. Chopper foul into the Auburn dugout. I think Carson Myers is upset with himself because he didn't make the play. Being consoled by somebody in that Auburn dugout. He was among the Auburn heroes last night. Another 2-2 pitch to Miola. As Hetzler waves off a sign. Comes home. Here it is. Ground ball base hit through the right side. Really good job of hitting, and that's the third hit of the night for Miola. And here's Landon Moran. 1 for 3. With a single to left. He was thrown out trying to score on the single to right by Taylor. Ike Irish threw him out at the plate. One of the big defensive plays among several here tonight. 1 out, 1 on for Stetson. Auburn 8, Stetson 5. Stretch in the pitch to Moran. Strike on the outside corner. The right-hander, Hetzler, against the left-hander, Moran. Stretch. Here's the 0-1. Up the left side, out of play, 0-2. As that one sails to the top of the Tiger Terrace. Hetzler's been able to get to 2 strikes on every hitter in the inning. He struck out Lopez. Gave up a 2-2 single to right by Miola. He's now ahead of Moran, 0-2. Stretch, the pitch. Fly ball into left. Bub Terrell back at the track. He makes the catch. Just at the edge of the track in front of the bullpen. 2 outs. Woo. That ball kept carrying, and now 7,434 come to their feet. And here is Foster Apple. 0 for 2 on the night with a walk and a run scored. Miola at first, now 2 outs in the inning. We're in the bottom of the ninth with Auburn on top by a score of 8-5. Hetzler off the stretch. Here's the pitch. The runner goes. Auburn doesn't hold him on. He steals second base, and the pitch is a strike to Apple. Hetzler peers in and gets his sign. Comes set. The 0-1 to Apple. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Auburn a strike away from the winner's bracket, the championship round of the Auburn-Alabama Regional. Hetzler shakes off the sign, comes set. The 0-2 pitch to Apple. Here it is. He struck him out. A fastball in there, and the Tigers pour out of the dugout, and Auburn wins. An Auburn Tiger winner. Auburn 8, Stetson 5. Auburn will play for the championship tomorrow night at 6 against either Stetson or North Carolina State. The Tigers 8, Stetson 5. Auburn beats Stetson for the first time in program history. And we're back with the Regions Bank postgame show. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See all for details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
We're always glad when we get an opportunity to talk with Auburn's Director of Athletics, John Cohen.
Our graduates were the